SYC Nevada, presented by Storm Bowling. The Storm Youth Championships are brought to you by I Am Bowling, the official merchandiser for the SYC. By PBA Junior, the PBA Youth Club for bowlers under age 18. And by Kegel, built for bowling. By Turbo 2-in-1 Grips, 3G Footwear, Master Accessories, Ballard's Bowling Academy, and by Quality Respite and Home Care. All scoring is provided by Bowlmetrics, official tournament management system of the Storm Youth Championships. This year, all SYC events are aligned with charities Ballard versus the Big C and Make-A-Wish Utah. Now, live from the Bowling Plaza at the South Point Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas, Nevada, it's the SYC Nevada.
All right, welcome back, everyone. We are back for the round 2 of the SYC Las Vegas event. I'm joined by Missy Parkin. Missy, welcome to the live stream booth.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, so you experienced, is this your first SYC?
This is.
Oh, so you experienced your first 5 games ever in an SYC this morning.
Yes.
How did it go?
So they looked really tricky out there. I am not going to lie. You definitely had to just keep the ball in play and get your spares. But yeah, I think they're going to be higher scoring this round for sure.
Yeah, and so I turned the camera around because the bowling has already started, but I agree. We're on the medium pattern, which how long is this one? 42?
42 feet.
Nice. And 27 mils, so should be a little kinder, a little bit, hopefully. But yeah, so you got to experience Friday in SYC yesterday, which you did a fantastic seminar with Brianna Cote and Jim Callahan. You guys answered a lot of questions. The kids had a lot of questions.
They did, which was great. I loved all their questions. They had some tough questions too, but it was a lot of fun.
They were not really putting it past you. Like they were like asking you to break down your own mental game and like what have you had to overcome. Like they were not letting you out of this building without answering some questions.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
It's pretty fun. So now back home, you own a bowling center, and you have a great youth program there. You do a lot for the youth. So what's one of your favorite parts about youth bowling right now?
So I absolutely love watching all these talented youth bowlers, and being at my first SYC, this is incredible. Just the talent that is out there, it's insane. Like, we have to watch out.
I'm telling you, that U18 girls division is scary.
Yeah, they're so talented.
Yeah.
And just, I love, what I love about junior bowling, I was talking to Bree this morning about it. I just love all the friendships. And junior bowling was always so much fun, and everybody cheered for everybody. Everybody's behind everybody. And, afterwards, whether you bowl good or bad, everybody's hanging out, having a good time. And it's just awesome. And so I love being back in this atmosphere and seeing all these absolutely talented youth bowlers, especially the little ones. They get me. It's so much fun to watch.
Totally. Yeah, so we're watching. Our main pair is 47 through 50. You also have a couple glances at the high end, and then we have behind us. So the young ladies are bowling behind us. They'll make their way around, but main one is 47 through 50. So the bowlers you're watching are Blaine Canfield, Breck Strobel, Theodore Long, Trey Durflinger, Henry Hind, Ryan Burgess, Jairus Allo, Ewan Oyster, Alex Hartley, Joss Weems, Ezra
Bentkowski?
Yeah, sounds good. And then Micah Jensen. So those are the bowlers that we are going to be watching. And I have some bios that we'll try to go through. The U18 boys division, they usually don't fill out the bios. It's that age group, I think. But yeah, so we'll watch some bowling. We'll see where they're playing. This is our first look at the medium pattern. Where would you be playing right now?
So looking at the pattern, I would probably be starting somewhere around up 7, 8, 9, right in that area. That way there's a little friction to the right and some hold to the left. And personally, I would be starting with something probably with a little bit of surface. That's what I always like to do, just because whenever then the carry down starts to happen, you don't see it as much. So I tend to never start with shiny equipment, but that's just me. And
It's a fun little tip.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so balls that I would probably be trying to start would be something like a gem with a little bit of surface, or going the other route if I needed something more symmetrical and smooth, then I would definitely be trying like a Zen Soul, even the new TNT.
I love that. I love it. I think I saw a couple of gems, maybe a Nova. I haven't seen a lot of medium balls. That's a gem right there, 48.
Yep.
Ooh. Took off on him,
Yeah.
Mr. Theodore. I love the name Theodore. Such a cool name.
It is. Now, definitely the boys are probably going to be throwing more shiny equipment just because their rev rates are higher. So I'll see what they're all using.
I have Mr. Trey at Turflinger's bio pulled up. His brothers will win the tournament too. Trey will be stepping up here shortly on lanes 47 and 48. He's 11 years old. He's from Liberty Hill, Texas. His favorite pro bowler is Darren Tang. And what he enjoys most about bowling is trying to beat his brother and all of the friends that he's made. He recently finished first in a Youth Scratch Masters tournament. And he also plays soccer.
Very nice.
Yeah, so he wants to say hi to his grandparents and family in Central Illinois and his grandma in Texas. The Derflingers are a great family, so it's always fun to watch them.
Nice.
Throws it good, right?
Shot right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Two-handed lefty.
Watch out.
Yep.
Mr. Breck Strobel from Montana on lane 47. He just threw that strike. He grows every time I see him. That's the thing about these boys.
I bet especially at this age.
Oh my gosh. They just sprout up, I tell you. Henry Hind from Washington on lane 48. Throws it pretty good, huh?
Yes, for sure. All these kids, I mean, they are really incredible. The amount of talent that they have at this young age.
It's insane.
It is. It really is.
And I think what's amazing about Henry, Henry Hind, for example, throws it fantastic. And he actually was talking to his dad a couple tournaments ago, and his school got really tough, like academically. So he hasn't had enough or as much time to put into his game. So when he goes in bowls tournaments, he always feels a little like not as sharp as he once was. But we told him, we're like, man, school's important, right?
So it's funny you bring that up. I've talked to several parents, even this morning, and we were talking about how difficult it is to balance school and to bowl competitively.
It's so hard.
And especially like some of these kids that are juniors and seniors in high school, they're taking honors classes.
Yeah.
And they're trying to, figure out what college they're going to go to, do college admissions, all this stuff. And then, oh, by the way, then I go bowl tournaments on the weekend, and then try to throw in some practice here and there whenever I can. And I just said, yeah, school definitely comes first. And
it does.
That's ultra important. And if that means you can't practice as much right now, well, then that means you don't practice as much right now. But it's great that they can still come out and compete in these tournaments, for sure.
Yeah. Well, and Warren Eels was in the booth earlier because he has a pretty interesting perspective where he bowled in college, and then he went out a little bit on the PBA tour, didn't really have a lot of success. So he decided to go and, use his degree and go and get a job, and now he's bowling on the PBA 50 tour. And we both said that we thought that your comment, which we both agree with 100% yesterday in the seminar, where we were talking about college bowling, and you're like, hey, make sure that the school you go to has the major you want to study. Number one. That's the
Yes.
most important thing. And I think, I mean, college coaches say it too, but it's really important for these kids to hear that.
Yeah, I think that's something that sometimes, you lose sight of, especially when you're looking at all these bowling colleges
Yeah.
and you're so caught up in the bowling programs. It's like, hey guys, don't forget you're going to go to school.
Yeah. Yeah. And
So-
hopefully you get it paid for a little bit, but still, like,
Yeah.
you don't want to go, if you want to be a nurse, go to a school that has a nursing program.
Exactly. I will say there was a couple kids that I coached back at home, and we were talking about college and stuff, and they were still young, so they still had a few years, and they were like, oh, I want to go to this school and this school and this school. I said, okay, well, did you make sure that, that school has your major? What are you looking at? Oh, nursing, which is funny you brought that up.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, did you make sure they have a nursing program? And one of the schools didn't. And I'm like, see, look,
Yeah.
that X's that school off of your list. Like, if that's what you want to do.
It seems so, like, easy. Like, it seems like it should be, like, the first thing you think of, but you do get in that tunnel vision, right? Where you're like, oh, I love the bowling program. I love the coach. I love the girls, like, or the guys.
Or the
Yeah.
campus. Or
Yeah,
whatever
right.
it is.
Yeah, exactly. There's something attracting, but you have to really have have you want. And sometimes you can make majors fit, but I'm not all about that either. Like, sometimes if you're like, oh, I want to study accounting, and then you're trying to make finance fit, right? And it's like, sometimes it doesn't work out. So just, I think, number one question, what do you want to study, right?
Yes, 100%. 100%.
So I was really glad you said that yesterday.
Thanks. I know a lot of the parents appreciate it.
I mean, and sometimes the kids have to hear it a few times. And I thought, Warren earlier was talking, and I hope some parents go back and watch it back. But for him, realizing that, man, I'm not going to make it out on the PBA tour was hard for him to do. And he had to be honest with himself. And I think that honesty in all parts of the game is important, right? And bowling's always there. Like, you can come and bowl on the PBA 50 tour. Maybe you go and have a great successful career, or maybe you go to college and then go out on the PBA tour. There's options for both of that, and I think as long as these kids keep bowling, that's the key, right?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, what do we got going on? Micah Jensen's on a roll here. He's on lane 49. And I jinxed him. Micah, that's my fault. So just looking at the scores, it looks like there's a mixture. Some are figuring it out, and some are not. A little split action.
It's interesting that there's quite a few lefties right in front of us, too,
Right?
that I'm noticing.
and it's very random, the lane assignments. We put it in a system, and it spits it out. That would be, if one time there was a whole lefty pair at the SYC, that'd be very interesting. The lefties would probably be like, what the heck?
Yeah.
So, Missy, you are coming back off of an injury, correct?
Yes, I am.
And but everything is on track for the tour, right?
It is,
Good.
yes. Yeah, it's been a rather slow process, slower than I would have hoped. But yeah, I did have a wrist injury at the U.S. Open last year, and so I've been rehabbing that. I was allowed to start bowling again in like late October, and so I had to start all the way back with a 10-pound ball.
Ugh.
Yeah, and I got a little too excited and tried my 12-pound ball too soon, and
Oh, no.
kind of had to go backwards. So I've been taking it slow since then. But now I'm working my way back up to, I'm at 14 pounds right now. And I usually use 16 pounds, which I know is not normal for
Yeah.
most women. But that's what I'm working my way back up to. And I think that next week I'm actually going to try my own equipment. So I'm super excited.
Yeah. So, have you been, has anything been different in this off season other than obviously rehabbing? Like, are you in the gym more, or are you?
Yes. So I had to do so for the first few months, I really wasn't allowed to do much
Yeah.
of anything except like cardio. So ever since I basically got allowed to bowl again, then I started back with my workout routine. So I work with Heather Sterner. She
Nice.
has a program for me, and I've worked with her for several years. So she got me back on a program, and I think that's really helped. I also had physical therapy with an occupational therapist to help with my wrist and my hand.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so it's been definitely a process, a lot longer, like I said, than I really anticipated. I did 2.5 months of just drills.
Oh my goodness.
So just foul line release drills and one steps.
Now, are
which
you
was
normally
crazy.
a drill person?
No.
Yeah, because some people
Nope.
are and some people aren't.
I will be totally honest. No.
Right. So that was a huge change, right?
Huge change. Huge change. Yes.
Now, are you going to keep drills in your game after this? After you've been
I don't know. I think I've done enough drills for the rest of my life. No, I'm just kidding.
That's awesome. I love it. We have a Kelly Callahan sighting.
Yeah.
It's good to see Kelly.
It is.
That's
Kelly.
funny. Well, we do hope that everything continues down the path because I know everyone wants to see you out there competing. Now,
Thank you.
you cannot. I am so behind on the PWBA regionals. You're not eligible for the regionals,
No,
right? Okay,
I am not.
so the first tournament of the year for you is the
Stockton.
Stockton. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So, well, good. Good luck.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
It'll be here before we know it.
It really will. It really, really will.
I mean, it feels like I don't know about you, but it feels like November and December take a good amount of time, right? But even though there's the holidays, but there's not a lot of bowling going on, and then all of a sudden it like hits, and it's like it's March, and then it's April, and then it's May, and it's like what just happened to the year?
Yeah. It's the beginning of this year has definitely already flown by. So
Right.
I just imagine, yes, from now until tour starts, it's going to be a blink of an eye before we know it, and it's going to be time to head out.
Yeah. Oh, we do have a question in the chat. So, are you going to change any part of your fit when you start at 16 again?
So great question. I'm actually not. So none of my issues were actually fit related.
Yeah.
I always check my fit. We have pro shops, so I own 8 pro shops in Southern California, Perkins Billings Fly. So
Shout out.
yes,
Check it out.
So
I would go get my stuff drilled there if I lived there.
So I do regularly check my fit because as we get a little older, our hands lose flexibility. So I have definitely backed off some of my pitches in my ring finger, especially, but my fingers, and shortened my span a little bit. But no, I've been still actually using the exact same fit, and so I don't foresee me having to change that.
Yeah, that's great. A good fit is important. You know, we're watching kids, right? These kids grow a lot, especially the boys. Like the boys in front of us. Every time I see, like Mateo comes to mind. He's grown about at least a foot since the last time I've seen him, right? And that's pretty normal for this age group. So these kids have to get their fit checked a lot.
Yes, and that is ultra important,
Yeah.
as you just mentioned. So having a good fit allows your swing to stay nice and loose and relaxed, and allows you to repeat shots.
Yeah, and on sports shot conditions, that's key, right?
Oh,
You
yeah.
can't how do you move if you are not hitting what you're looking at, right?
Exactly. But yeah, I get it. My little guy's 5. I mean, he's not in this age group, but he's 5, and he is constantly growing.
Yeah.
Like,
Is he bowling yet?
he is.
Does he love it?
He does.
Good.
He
Yeah.
does. He actually gets mad now if I don't take him to go practice when I practice.
Oh, that's awesome.
He's like, Mommy, why didn't you go without me? I'm like, sorry, bud, you're at school.
I have to practice. Oh, that's so funny. So do you think that he's gonna want to bowl some tournaments and stuff? Do you want him to bowl tournaments?
So we're exposing him to like everything
Yeah.
and anything. Like he's in t-ball right now,
Yeah.
and he did soccer, and so his latest, and this actually started at the end of last season on the PWBA. He started telling everybody that I'm going to be a professional bowler when I grow up, just like my mommy.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah, so we'll see if he sticks with it. But yeah, he loves it. He
Yeah.
absolutely loves it.
Well, you the cool thing is there's a lot of PWBA bowlers that have some young children, right? Like I could see like an Aiden Boomershine and him being little doubles partners. How cool would that be?
Yes.
Like,
Yeah, that would be awesome.
be so fun.
It would be
Yeah.
so much fun.
Yeah. I mean, you see it, right? Like, you see some of the youth bowlers that have come through. Wes Malot's kids, Alyssa Ballard, who's Dylan Carolyn's, and it's always fun. It's not a guarantee ever, though. That's why I tell, like, especially the Bone children that came through, like, people would tell them, "Oh well, you're just Parker Bones kids," and they still had to work hard.
No, you
like
still
it's
have
not.
to work. Yeah, yeah. It's not like you're just born with those genes and automatically know how to bowl. Like that's not how it works.
Yeah, like they work just as hard as every other kid, so it's pretty fun.
Yeah.
It'll be fun to watch. I hope he comes and bowls in SYC.
Yes, like that's literally when I was watching this morning. I was like, "This is foreshadowing for me in a few years.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so cool."
Did you go hang out on the U12 pair just to check it out?
I kept moseying over to all the little guys.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
so fun.
I think the U12 pairs, we actually haven't had them on the live stream yet. They should come through this set. They like skipped over it the last time, but I think they have the most fun by far. Like
I can see that.
win or lose, they're chatting and hanging out and talking and
I'm sure they're excited to be here
oh yeah,
and bowl with all the bigger kids.
Right?
You know, I'm sure they aspire to be them and want to beat them and all that fun stuff.
Well, and what's cool about an SYC and even local tournaments, right? When you go to a tournament like Junior Gold, which is the largest tournament in youth bowling, it's great. Everyone should do it, but you're split by division, so the little guys don't see
they don't see them.
the big guys, right? And so it's this. You actually get to bowl next to like a U18 pair, a U15 pair. Like it's pretty neat. And I'm sure the U18 boys don't appreciate the little guys watching them as much as they should, but they look up to them for sure.
Yeah, they should remember that they were once those same little guys.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah. It's fun to talk to the parents too. Like even we had Mr. Starkey, Abby was bowling close, so he jumped in and was talking about from a parent's perspective. And he goes, "Is it weird? Like she's in the U18 division now." He's like, "It's funny you say that because I still click on U15." He's like, "I always start there, and then I'm like, wait, she's in U18 now." So they grow up fast.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yes. I mean, everybody tells you that when you have a child. That
Yeah.
It goes by so fast, but you don't really realize it until you actually have one, and you're like I can't believe my little guy is already 5.
Yeah,
Like,
he's in school and he's like, do it. Yeah.
yeah, it's crazy. So crazy.
Yeah. All right, so scores are medium on the medium. Looks like Trey is our leader on that pair.
Yeah.
He's the one that's figured it out. It's always mediums are tricky on the fresh though, right? Like
They really are because sometimes you can play a variety of lanes and hit the pocket.
Right.
So it's all a matter of, okay, when transition hits, now what? And that's why I really like to use balls with a little bit more surface because I feel like it allows me, when that transition hits, to get a clearer picture of what I really need to do and which direction I need to go, maybe in games 2 or 3.
yeah. Now, do you put the surface on? Do you like predict it? And if you know you knew what the patterns were for the SYC, you were sent an email, and so you're bowling. And on practice session, do you wait and bowl in the practice and then adjust your surfaces throughout, or do you have like a kind of game plan before?
I'm a huge planner, so as I mentioned, I write like tons of notes. So I would have written tons of notes during the practice session
Okay.
as to like what surfaces worked the best and how much surface I really needed. And then I would have, based on practice, as we all know, they're a little different
Yes.
after practice. But based on practice, I would then have put whatever surfaces I thought I needed that I saw during the practice session, and then while I'm bowling, are they allowed to? They're allowed to put surface on their ball while they're in practice.
They are in
Yeah.
practice, and then they can do it in between
Oh, okay, they
sets
can do
too.
it in-
Yeah.
okay.
Yep. So each one is kind of like, yeah. So you could have adjusted if you had a ball that you wanted to keep polished or short. They
Yep.
could have put surface on in between.
Yeah. So then I would have surfaced my equipment for what I thought I needed to start, but then based on what I saw during the practice, then I would have added more surface if I thought I needed to, if they were a little tighter.
Yeah. Yeah, because you never know. You might be
Yeah.
on a pair that's kind of, I mean, in this house, you could totally be on a pair that's tighter.
Yeah, we saw that a lot this morning.
Yeah. And it's really like 4 different bowling centers in here. Like,
Yes.
there's like the high end, the low high end,
Mm-hmm.
the high low end, and the low end.
Yes.
Like,
No, it
it's
totally
nuts.
is. It totally is. That's
Yeah.
why taking really good notes, especially in a center like this that you probably compete in quite often,
Right.
is so important so that you kind of have an idea of when you go to those different bays of the bowling center, you have an idea, no matter what the pattern is, what to kind of expect.
Right.
So you're not caught off guard.
Yeah. Well, and I think what's cool, because I'm glad you said take notes and that you take notes, because Leanne does put a notebook in the swag bag for everyone, and she encourages them to
great.
like take notes, right? But I
Yes.
think they should keep those notes, because you're bowling at South Point now, but maybe you bowl in college and there's a college tournament at South Point, you can go back to those notes and say, oh, I bowled on, 49 and 50, and here's what I saw there. And
Yeah, and so that's super important. So I know like certain tournaments have different rules as far as like using your phone, but I, for one, have crazy notes all on my phone.
Yeah.
So I use an app called Evernote.
I used to
And-
use that app.
and
It's a great one.
I love that
Yeah.
app. So I can actually right now like pull up on my phone what pattern we bowled on in 2015 at whatever place.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then I can also search, like, okay, I can just put in, like this morning, I put in arena, and South Point Arena comes up, the plaza, and I can look at every single time I bowled here and all of my notes and just look at what patterns I bowled on because I
that's
save it all.
So amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, and then centers like this, then I'll compile a note of just this center.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know.
because you bowl here quite a bit, right?
Yeah, and then like the National Bowling Stadium. Like,
Yeah.
I have a whole huge thing on that. But centers we go to quite often. But then, like you said, in like 3 years, if say you come to some center again, you can then pull up your notes and figure out, okay, if you take good notes, you can figure out what ball was I using.
Yeah.
And what did those bowling balls do for me then? And what patterns was I bowling on? And
It's
I
like
get,
your own cheat sheet,
It
but you're not
totally
you're
is.
not cheating.
No, it's your own Cliff Notes.
Yeah.
So do it.
Right. Absolutely. All right, young Mateo here on 51 just off screen. 268 to start.
Yeah, he bowled amazing.
Yeah, I'd take that.
Oh, yeah. All day.
I would not even argue. I'd be like, okay, cool, I'm good. Yeah, that's note taking is so important. It really is, and even if cell phones are banned from a tournament, right? Like you can handwrite notes and then file it away. And
So that's actually what I do. So I actually use one of those notebooks that I can then screenshot it and save it. It's like
Oh,
one of those
nice.
reusable notebooks,
Yeah.
like the Rocket Book.
Yeah.
So I actually use that and then just transfer everything back to Evernote so that it's still in there. And then that way I can have all the patterns because I have all the pictures of the patterns in Evernote saved.
I love everything about this. I love it's fantastic because I don't think that kids realize how important notes are, right? Like, don't just go and bowl a tournament and you can say you learned, but until you like write it down or figure out like, okay, this is what I really did. That's when you take that next step, right? That's the
Yes.
analyzation or analyzing. It's just gonna make up a new word. That's how you know you've been talking too much.
But yeah, that's also a good way to look back and, see what you could have done better.
Oh, totally.
It's like in my notes are really extensive. It's like Jim was mentioning. Yeah, I do crazy notes. And but I also write down every single open. So
Oh,
for every
wow.
game, I write down like what it was, whether it was a split or a spare. And then I keep track of that so that I can see
Wow.
like at the end of the event, like how many makeables did I miss? What were they? How many splits did I leave? If my split percentage was really high, or my not makeable split percentage, but just leaving split percentage was really high. Okay, well, why did that happen?
Yeah.
How can I reduce that so that
Yeah.
I leave more makeables? And there's a lot of information that you can learn just from taking really good notes.
Yeah, there is. I agree 100%. And you know what's cool? We had Francois Lavoie. He was in the live stream at the SYC in Wichita this year, and they have Lane Talk on tour now, so they get all those stats. And he said that his second highest like pin leave percentage was a 710, which to him told him, okay, I wasn't in the right ball in those moments, right? So it was really valuable for him. Like it was like 10 pin and then 710. And so he kind of has learned like, man, I need to learn my ball motion a little better. And he thought he had nailed it. So you can learn a lot from what you leave and what you need to work on.
Yeah, absolutely. And something like that, that's a non-makeable spare. So you just figure out, okay, how can I just 10 pin then and switch balls sooner?
Yeah.
That's a lot of pins right there that you can make up.
Right.
A lot.
Totally. Yeah. And yeah, it's very, and a lot of these kids, like you'll see, most of them have their parents doing it. But I see some of the kids, they do like that pin pal or whatever, where they like keep the pins and then they can look at it at the end. So I think it's important.
It is, definitely.
All right, so we are getting down to the end of this game, and Missy, thank you for joining us, and we'll have you back in either today or tomorrow to talk for another game. But we'll let you walk around and check out some more bowling. So
thanks for having me.
No, thanks for being here this weekend.
Absolutely.
You know, I think
this is so fun.
I think what people need to remember too is you guys give your time to be here. So thank you for volunteering and giving back to the sport a little bit. So the kids appreciate it.
You're welcome. It's been lots of fun.
All right, cool. We will be back soon. All right, we are back. We are in game 2 of qualifying. I'm sorry, not qualifying. Round 2. Game 2, round 2. I believe Kenny Keegan from I Am Bowling is joining me in the booth. This game, he is making his way up here. The bowlers we are watching in front of us are Charlie Wilson, Micah Voris, Devin Montoya, Keegan Alexander, Dominic Chambers, and Kyle Campbell. And on 49 and 50, we have Oliver James, Christopher Leon, Luke Brown, Dante Casey, Robert McNutt, and Stig Pa. And we have an exciting thing that just happened, which I'm going to try to throw into the live stream. We actually had a 300. So Silas Motes bowled 300. And I'm going to, like I said, attempt to get it into the live stream because I want everyone to see how awesome Silas is. Now, what I don't know, and maybe someone who's watching would know, whether this is Silas's first 300. And everything's loading, so. All right, so on this pair, though, Micah Voris looks like he cleaned up a split his first frame. I'm not sure what it was. It was a 6 split. Oliver James is liking it. Oliver has the front 3. Good start. I'm waiting to hear something from Jane. Grandma Jane is probably watching because Keegan is on the live stream pair, and if not, I hope she's watching because she should be. So, Terry, the question is, how many 300s have there been in SYCs? I don't know the answer to that. I used to know. Because we used to be able to, we kept track of all of it, but I don't know anymore. I apologize. Maybe someone in the chat knows. Yeah. We do have Mr. Kenny Keegan from I Am Bowling that's coming to hang out in the booth. Hello, Kenny Keegan.
Are we live?
We are live.
All right, cool.
Welcome to the live stream booth.
Yeah. I think this is the first time I've done the live stream here at the plaza.
Really?
Yeah.
I know, because it's so hard. I can never leave and go get, because you guys have a great booth set up at this plaza.
Yeah, and we have Sean helping too because it's a holiday weekend.
Oh,
so.
Nice. So it's great. So it's awesome that you get to come and hang out and see some bowling. So we have a couple different cameras. Our main live stream is right in front of us, 47 through 50, the U18 boys. But we have the camera beside you is pointed backwards. So we get to see some of the ladies.
Oh, okay.
And then we have the end pairs too. So, yeah. But we mainly talk about what's in front of us. I just try to show some other players. And then when someone stands in front of the camera beside you, we'll turn that camera off.
Know? Oh, I see. Okay.
So, Kenny, you have been, I Am Bowling, and yourself have been with the SYC since the start in 2017. And
yep.
It's pretty
I
exciting.
still remember the phone call that I got in like August of 16 from Gary.
Nice.
So
yeah,
asking me about what I thought about it.
Yep, and the rest is history, right?
Yep, absolutely.
So
I didn't think it would get to be like 8 or 9 events though, because the first year it was 1.
yeah,
And then you guys added the second one at the first one, and
yes.
so
Yeah, I mean, I think we're maxed out at the schedule. Leanne and I were talking about it. This is kind of it. Like, I mean, this could be a full-time job, but
sure.
currently,
Yeah,
it's
there's
not.
just but Storm is involved with so many different things, and there are times of the year that there's so many big youth tournaments that you really can't. It's too much for families.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's with junior gold and everything else.
Yeah.
Like they just can't be everywhere all the time. So.
True that. Yeah.
Plus, we all need a vacation at some point.
Yeah, I haven't figured that one out yet.
Yeah, you will.
Someday. Like,
you will.
I know, right? I got a dog instead.
I got one coming up, so.
There you go. I like it. So, you have some exciting stuff coming to the SYCs. You have new apparel this year, and you're screen printing here at this event,
yep.
which is exciting.
Yeah, we decided to bring the office to the plaza.
Yeah.
So just to try it out and let bring buy blank garments, right, and then bring all the transfers, and let everyone pick what they want. So it's interesting. Everyone's got a little bit different idea what they want to do.
Yeah.
I wish there was like a concrete path to follow. That everyone wants one thing, because,
nope.
But it's not that. But yeah, it's interesting, and we have a couple events that we run here, like the military tournaments that are longer term events that I think it'll make some sense to do that.
Yeah.
On a short event, I think it's probably too much.
Yeah. It's really cool because if you walk into the I Am Bowling booth this event, the whole wall is covered in logos, which is really cool, and you can put a logo on whatever you want, right?
Yeah. Get a T-shirt, a jacket, or a hoodie, and basically tell us what logo you want on it, and we make it right there.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. So yeah, it was Kathy's idea. I've been resisting it. So, but about a year ago, she was like, "I think we can buy a heat press and put it in the crate and travel with it." And I'm like, I don't know about that. So
seems to be working. It seems pretty busy in there. So.
I had her help me put it in and out of the truck because I've wear tested this the entire thing because I'm like, she's like, why am I doing this? I'm like, because if we take it on the road, it's you and me.
Yeah.
And it's 130 pounds.
That's pretty heavy.
And it's like I could probably pick up 130 pounds, but it's awkward. It's not like a thing that you can just pick up. Like the thing is, it's a little bit big, and it's got it doesn't really have any handles on it. So I've been looking at the whole thing because we're not going to, Kathy and I won't make the next event. So it's like, do I really put this up on Shannon? I don't think so. I think we just do go back to what we were doing,
Yeah.
But I think in Indianapolis we'll definitely, with it being a bigger event, and they have big bowling centers there where there's a lot of space.
Yeah.
I think we can do something there.
And it's summer.
And probably Reno. I would think Reno we would do something there too.
Yeah, because there's so much space.
Yeah.
I love that. Well, I love that you're always bringing new things to the SYCU. There is the I Am Bowling Scholarship that you also offer.
We changed it up. We tried it a little bit in the fall, but we were going to just kind of a random thing, and I think it's good because we were doing this sportsmanship type thing, and which is great. But like this event has how many bowlers? Over 200 bowlers.
Yeah.
So it's impossible for me to be involved in the booth and really get out here and see who's doing what and whatever. I think there were some times where we maybe didn't pick the right person.
Yeah. Sure.
And that's no offense to the person we picked, but there was other things going on, that we wouldn't have known about.
Sure.
And sometimes, some people, they only bowl one event. There's some families, they bowl one event. That's it.
Totally.
And then you got other families that they're at every event.
Absolutely.
So we just thought to just let's just make it random. Let's do like a random, draw it out of the hat.
Right.
And we do a smaller scholarship, but we touch more people.
Yeah, whatever happens, right? Like if it's your day, it's your day, and you get to add a little scholarship. And
Well, the way I look at it is, I have my second child is going to be going to college next year, and it's expensive.
Yeah,
and so
it is.
so the more people we can touch, the better.
Yeah.
So.
Well, we thank you for doing that, and
Yeah.
it's great. So, and we meet a lot of the families. Like this event has 48 new families. At it,
yeah,
which is
amazing,
right? And
yeah.
and
especially really this late in the season too,
yeah.
because really a lot of people probably don't realize, but the bowling season starts August 1st.
Yeah.
For the
Right.
for ages and everything. So you expect the first tournament in August.
Yep.
That's when everyone ages out,
Right.
and you expect to see a lot of new faces because there's So that's amazing to have this many new families. 4 or 5 events.
Into it. Yeah.
Into it. Yeah.
Yeah, and we run. So the age divisions are on the August. We follow the USBC, and so
Right.
This is our first event of 2023. So,
Right.
which is weird, right? It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
we're running on a year, but
Yeah.
it's still the age.
But
But
the
you're
age-
totally right, because you wouldn't think that we'd have so many new families. But we are going to new places this year on the SYC tour, which
Yep.
is super exciting. Leanne's been really busy doing a bunch of site visits, and we're going to Rochester, New York. We've never been there.
Yep.
We're going to Baton Rouge next month, which is exciting, and Rhode Island.
Yep.
Reno is interesting because Reno was our first event in 2017, but we haven't been
But they've
back.
remodeled.
Yep.
And a different time of year.
Yeah. Or I'm sorry, 2018 was the last time we went there. So
yeah,
because we went 2017, 2018, then they remodeled, and so it'll be exciting. There's some kids that have never bowled in the National Bowling Stadium, and then I don't know. I'll have to look this up. I'm not sure if anybody could have. Well, yeah, because Morgan Klein doesn't age out this year, and Morgan Klein bowled in our
bowled the
first event ever.
In the U12, probably.
She was a U12. She was the youngest youth bowler there, and so she could go back and bowl in Reno.
That's cool.
And yeah, so we'll have a couple kids that maybe it was the first event ever, and now they're coming back, which would be cool. We should do some videos on that. That'll be very cool. But
especially for youth bowlers, bowling here or Reno, really, there's no opportunities.
No,
because most of it's adult national tournaments.
Totally, yeah, and what's amazing about a center like this, like there's some kids that this is their very first SYC, and that you see them walk in. Like I always love being here Friday, kind of early, and I just watch them walk in, and they just take it in,
checking it out.
Yeah, they're like, oh my goodness, like where am I?
Right.
Because it's a beautiful center. I mean, the plaza is beautiful.
Sure, and it's unique. I mean, with the high ceilings and everything, it's
and the big LEDs.
Yep.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, so we have a shout out. I don't know if I'm sure you heard the clapping. Silas Moats shot 300.
The 300 down on the end.
I don't know if it's his first one though.
Okay.
I need a clarification, Curtis.
What age division is he in?
U18.
Okay.
And I have the video. I just I haven't been able to download it yet. Oh, let's see. We'll see if I can get it, and then we can watch the last shot. I heard the last shot's exciting. He has like a messenger. In front of us, though, I thought this medium pattern would be a little more high scoring, and it is really hit or miss right now. Lots of splits.
Yeah. Yeah, you got Oliver with got one split, but all strikes.
Yep. Luke Brown, who's stepping up on lane 50, he's from the Utah area, and his buddies. So here's a fun story. This is how you make bowling exciting, I guess. I say I guess. So they all came out and bowled team trials. And I don't know if he was the low or he lost a bet, but see how his hair is a little shorter than maybe you would think it would be in the winter? He had to shave his head.
Oh,
that was the bet.
All right.
So he lost the bet.
That makes bowling exciting.
Yeah, and he shaved his head at team trial. So it's growing back in. We give him a hard time.
Because no one bets to shave their head thinking that they're going to have to shave their head.
Yeah. These kids, they keep each other on their toes, I'll tell you.
We were setting up yesterday early, and you could hear, we have the screen pulled over.
Yeah.
So we're in there working and whatever, but the kids are coming in. You could hear them. They're all excited because they see someone they haven't seen in a while.
Yeah. It's been a minute since we had an SYC.
Yeah.
Yeah. They jab each other. There's some jabbing.
Yeah, but there's a lot of friendship there.
Totally.
There was like a lot of excitement to see each other.
Yeah. Well, we talk about it. The friendships built at the SYC. Actually, I just did a video with 2 bowlers on the break. Christian Mouton and Xavier Newell, who last year they met at the SYC in Las Vegas. They met in the line
and
down
I know
at Steak
Xavier's only bowled a couple times.
Yeah.
Last year, I think it was his first year.
So this event last year was both of their first SYCs.
Okay.
They met down in line at the Steak and Shake. They became really good friends. Their moms became really good friends. And now they're travel buddies.
Oh, that's
and
great.
And they travel everywhere together. And I'm like, this is so cool. Like, that's what this is about. Like,
Sure.
we really want to connect people and give people friendships. Because when you go to an event like Junior Gold, like we had Brad Starkey was in the booth because Abby was bowling close. And I was getting a parent's perspective. And I asked him, I go, what's your one tip for Junior Gold for a parent that may be watching? Because that tournament is big and a little overwhelming at times. And he said, really try to pick an area where there's things to do. And then we were talking about how, on top of that, try to stay with people that are your buddies with, right?
Sure.
And try to match up some squads because that really makes the event that much better. Because it's not always all about bowling. I mean, we want it to be all about bowling, but
well, no,
it's more than that.
Yeah, I mean, it's the bowling is what brings us together.
Totally. All right, Mr. Devin Montoya. He has 9 spare, 5 bagger.
Yeah.
And let's see what he can do. Great shot. No problem. That's how you do it.
Looked pretty easy.
No stress whatsoever. Keegan Alexander stepping up here on 48. He has a good game going. He left the 7-10 last time on this lane. Although it says 9-0, so maybe one fell out. I thought it was a 7-10.
Yeah, I think the 7 fell out.
Oh, okay. So
I saw it in my peripheral vision.
And he didn't pick up his spare. Keegan.
Yeah. Well,
it happens.
It does. Even the best.
He likes that one. Oh, crumble. Little crumble there.
That happens too.
Yeah. Yeah. There's been some interesting leaves on the live stream today, so it's been an interesting day. We dubbed the pattern this morning Schmedium.
Yeah.
I can't take all the credit. It was Bree, but Schmedium. That was because it was a long short pattern or a medium short pattern kind of.
Right. How long was it?
It was 38 feet. Wait,
oh, okay.
I'm sorry. Yeah, 38.
So a little bit longer.
Yeah.
How long is this pattern?
42.
Okay.
Yeah. And 27 mils.
This one's 27 mil.
Yeah, that's what it started with.
A lot of friction in the front here with all the bowling they've had.
Yeah.
So they probably have to try to cover up some of that.
I think so. I think so for sure. Missy said she would start with a lot of surface on this pattern. That
that's
would
a lot
be
of
her
oil,
plan.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's a lot of oil.
We've seen a lot of them. I actually don't see one right now, but those sunset jerseys that you guys made for this event, the I Am Bowling Las Vegas with the sunset.
Oh, is the blue one? Yeah.
Yeah, that one I've seen a lot of.
Yeah, Leanne sent me a picture earlier with like 8 of the kids wearing it. Yeah.
That one has been, if there is a fan favorite, I believe it's that one.
Yeah.
Micah is repping BBBC jersey, one of our charities at the SYC.
Yep.
gets that one to go. Punches it out. Literally punches the air.
Yeah,
all right, Devin's back up.
The scoring is a little all over the place.
Right? I really thought it would be a little higher scoring across the board. I mean, there are some big games, but it looks like that maybe there's some not great places to play too.
Yeah, so you see, you'll see like a 3-bagger and then a open,
right?
Or a split, and then another 3-bagger.
Yeah.
So the good games are it's strike or nothing.
Right. Don't worry, Devin's still going. Devin's got this figured out. I'd watch where Devin's play, although he's left-handed. So there was a question: how is Manny doing? Manny is he's hanging in there. He's on lane 45, so just off of the camera. But it looks like he has 116 on a strike in the 7th.
Yep.
So he has one open in there, one split open, not just an open. Yeah, it's really jumpy. Like even Keegan's shot right there, he started near thing and it just jumped on him.
Yeah, I was watching a practice session yesterday, and how your ball rolled in this house is critical.
Yeah.
To how much it hooks. So, because the youth bowler I was working with, she has a lot of forward roll and a really high rev rate, but her ball does not hook here much, and so she doesn't have a lot of access rotation. But
gotcha.
if on either side of her were boys playing fifth arrow, and I was like, that's
weird.
crazy.
Yeah.
But they had a lot of access rotation. So it just depends on. I think it's probably with all the friction in the front from all the play, because they're gonna. I heard a rumor that they're gonna put new panels in here next year in 24.
Ah.
So
I did hear the same rumor.
The bowling center is getting new lanes. They're doing one side, the low side, I think in March.
Yes.
Next month, and then they're doing the other side in October.
So I heard it starts next week.
Oh, it might be. Well,
Yeah, because
it all depends on the timing of it.
Yeah.
Because what they don't what they don't need is any downtime, or lose any events because of it. So.
Yeah, I think they're starting because the leagues will move up here.
They're going to move whatever leagues bowl in that half are going to come up here. Yes.
Yeah, it's nuts. There's a lot of changes coming to the South Point Bowling Center and then the Plaza, which is exciting.
Yeah, but the properties are not that old.
No.
But they're so busy. I heard something like the Bowling Center averages like 55 games a day.
Oh my gosh.
On the panels, like that's
amazing.
Yeah, they. I was at the military. I was talking to Mike Moniak, who's the director of bowling. I guess he's semi-retired now.
Yeah.
But he said that Brunswick did some kind of friction test on the lanes in the bowling center. And he said they were the equivalent of 26-year-old lanes.
Holy cow!
And I don't remember. I want to say that South Point opened up in like 05, 06, somewhere like in there. I mean, so
it's not that long.
So it's probably 40 to 50% more wear and tear than on average. Just because there's just no dead times. This is the one place in town that's always busy.
So Keegan, this is interesting. Keegan went high in the 9th frame. And he threw the first one in the 10th, and I was not paying attention to what ball he threw in the first one.
Right.
But then he changed to reactive, and he was throwing his pitch black, and he left a 2-8-10.
Yep.
So, and it looks like he might be trying something else, I think. But he's still, he's going to have a 2-0, well, actually 197, 198 if he's spared. Could happen.
Yeah, because I think the scoring here is it's whatever pins you have.
Right.
Right.
I always mess up the scoring here. 197, right?
Yep. It should be 197.
Yeah. Which isn't a bad game.
Yeah, he's probably not excited about it. But in general, at an SYC, at 197 is a solid game.
and looking around, it's a solid game. I mean, we have Micah's bowling very well on his pair. Micah Voris. Devin's bowling very well on his pair. But other than that, there's not a lot of, 2-0. There's a 182 on lane 50. So it looks like a challenge, which is how it should be, a little bit. A little challenge. Not a lot of challenge, just a little challenge. All right, so before I let you go, Kenny, what's coming from I Am Bowling? Do you have any sneak peeks or?
We're always working on something.
Yeah.
It's more. Weekly we come out with new designs.
Yeah.
There's some new product lines we're looking at, just some different things. It's a little early to speak on some of them because of the timing when they'll show up.
Okay.
It's stuff that we're not. It's not stuff that we actually make, but it's stuff that we're just continuing to brand ourselves.
Yeah.
But we're looking at. We're actually looking at possibly doing some camp shirt type stuff,
cool.
like the retro type stuff.
Yeah.
So
that's cool.
We would again, that wouldn't be something we would make, but I found a United States company that does stuff like that.
That's neat.
So we might, and they're willing to hook into our website and everything. So actually, if you ordered it would go right to them. They would make it and they would send it to you.
Yeah, that's cool.
So it's, we started this by, we're the manufacturer of our own products, and so in our world sometimes it gets a little confusing because it's you start thinking that the only thing you could sell would be something that you make. Right. But now, we're 2 years into this brand. The brand now has its own identity.
Right.
So you can now put that logo on other products. Right. Well, we don't make everything.
Right.
Right. So, in your guys' world, it would be like selling bags.
Sure.
Or other products, right?
Right.
So, so it seems counterintuitive because it's well, we don't make this stuff, and then sometimes you almost like a gut check. It's so I buy this from someone else, and then I can sell. Is that the right thing to do? Of course it is.
Right.
But it's outside of the norm. So it's so that's what we're looking at. We're looking at some different things on that. So you might see some bowling equipment that has our logo on it in the next couple months. So that's I'll leave it at that.
That's cool.
So,
what? You said that you do weekly drops. Is there a day that you do the drop on, or is it
Wednesdays?
Wednesday is your weekly drop. So if you're looking for new designs, every Wednesday.
Yeah. So we basically have 3 weekly promotions all the time, and that's Tuesday is like a T-shirt hoodie day. Wednesday is a new design day, and then Thursdays we have a special on our we have designs that were originally Logo Infusion designs that we've moved over into I Am Bowling.
Okay.
So, then we'll have other, if there's a holiday or something else, we'll have it on top of that. So.
Nice. Hey, we have
there's
some
always a
holidays
sale.
Coming up.
Let's put to you that way. There's always
that's cool.
There's always a sale, and then we have staffers with coupon codes all over the place. So So we we try to keep it easy for you to save some bucks.
That's great.
So.
Well, that's what everyone's looking for these days is saving some money.
So, but thanks for having me, and thanks for having us here at the tournament. So
oh no, thanks for being part of that.
There's a lot of choices out there, so we don't take it for granted that we're here.
Yeah, it's well, we're happy that you're part of it, and you've helped grow the SYC a lot, and you definitely support the scholarship fund, which is what these kids need these days. So Devin Montoya, you're going to see him finish here in 47. He's finishing up with a
2:56.
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good game.
Not bad.
Yeah.
And Micah had 2:32. So
I would take both of those scores. So.
Yeah. Well, let's not forget Oliver had 2:18.
Yeah, totally.
So we had some pretty good scores.
Yeah.
But they look a little tricky out there.
Yeah, I don't want to be bowling. I like sitting up here. This morning I loved sitting up here and watching.
Yeah.
right now I love sitting up here and watching. So, Kenny, thanks for joining us.
Again, thanks for having me.
And maybe you can sneak back in tomorrow morning.
You just let
one
me
of
know.
the games. So,
yeah, let me know.
All right, we will be right back. We're gonna change some lanes, and we'll be back.
Okay, thank you.
All right, we are back. I'm joined now by Brianna Cote.
Hi, I'm back.
Bree, you got to see the 300
Oh my
up
gosh,
close
I was
and
so excited.
personal.
I did. So I saw that Silas had front nine. So I like went down there super quickly, and I wasn't gonna jinx him. So I wasn't gonna do video until the very last shot. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna let him get the 10th and the 11th because I feel like when people go and film the whole 10th frame, they jinx them.
I don't. I'm a 12th frame.
So
12th
I'm like,
ball.
I'm waiting for the 12th frame. You know, he's gonna do it.
Yep.
So gets up there just like he did the other two shots. The 10th and 11th were beautiful, by the way. And he goes up there and throws a really good shot as well. And he messengers that 10 pin for 300, which is a point. So he shot 300 and he got a point. So I was super excited. And it's on my social media page if you guys want to check out the video. And his reaction is just priceless. And to see the bowlers behind him cheering him on, it was super special. So
and we think it may be his first 300
even sweeter, you know,
I know,
and he handled it like a champ. But the way he acted, it looked like
he bowled it 1,000 times.
Exactly, it's like he shot 300 a million times. He just went up there and boom, 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 got the job done.
Good.
They are, and they're like they're fearless, man. Like they're not scared of anything. It's ridiculous.
Does it freak you out?
It does. Because I'm like, man, I don't think I was that fearless when I was like
I know I
18.
wasn't. Nope.
But I'm like, good for them, you know, not to have, you know, not to be scared, just to go and just do it. And it was, so it was a great game for Silas. And I think he had a good game too as well. So excited to see maybe how it just turns out for this medium pattern.
Yeah, I've completely lost where he is. Is he coming to one of the
I think he's going to 55.
Oh, okay.
So he'll be like a little bit to the right of where the live stream actually will
do
be.
This.
But stay tuned. Maybe Blair's got a backup camera.
Well, I have a camera down there that kind of shows that area.
Okay.
Oh,
I see.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I think I think if I counted correctly, he goes to 55. If he either goes to 53 or 55, depending if we're skipping 5 or 6 this game.
Yeah, I don't remember. Yeah. I lost track.
Stay tuned. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. But the bowlers we are watching on the main camera this game are Trey Henrichs. Wow.
I think they do this to you on purpose. Henrichsmeyer.
Henrichsmeyer. That sounds good. Jordan Welsh, Cody Koepke. I do know that.
Okay.
I think it's Koepke.
Okay.
Nick Reese, Aiden Piet, and Garrett Andrus.
Perfect.
And then 49 and 50 is Toby Ferguson, Joshua Abaganya, Jay Schofield, Kendrick Siders, who was our gold medalist.
Yes.
Landon Piat, and Nathan Bezier.
Perfect. Yes.
So we have a couple brothers, Aiden and Landon.
I know. I see that. Yeah. I'm like, what are the odds they're related?
And you know what's awesome too is Aiden and Landon. They bowl at near KT Simpson's area. So I believe it's. I always get this wrong. I think it's Aiden. No, it's Landon. Landon works in her dad's pro shop.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, or Aiden. I don't remember. Someone who's watching, tell me.
One of them.
I forget. I mix up the brothers, but I do know that they were celebrating a brother today.
Awesome. So that's really cool.
Yeah.
The scores have been, you know, we gave out some medals before this round, and the young man who won the under 18, which is Kendrick. He's right in front of us, right?
Yes.
Do you guys know what he averaged?
A lot.
247?
Yeah, and a
half.
half.
5.
Yeah. Don't forget that 0.5.
And 47.5. This kid, again, great shot. He can bowl. So anyone averaging 247.5 for 5 games on anything is amazing. But out here, they were looking a little squirrely, and Missy and I were walking around looking at bowlers and scores. We're like, yeah, there's some high scores over here on the high end. But then they went to the low end, and they were just so different. So I thought it would kind of equalize the scores. And then they announced the totals, and we were like, that is amazing. So props to you, Kendrick. That was some awesome bowling on that pattern. So good job.
Yeah, and he's from Alaska.
Another one.
Yeah, so
These Alaskans can bowl, man.
They sure can. And Terry Simpson is watching. Hello, Terry.
Hi, Terry.
And Landon is the one.
Okay.
So I was sort of right. I just
trying to figure out which one.
I second guessed myself. I should have known because I think he's wearing the VIP Pro Shop jersey.
Oh, so that kind of give it away.
Yeah. Dang it.
The details.
I'm telling you what. Yeah.
Well, that's exciting. Yeah, the first round was super exciting to see, and they were. I thought they were tricky.
This pattern I thought would be a little more high scoring, but it's proving to be a little tricky too.
I think it's. I think overall, I think it might be higher scoring. I was really watching the low end to kind of see how the games were gonna develop down there, because the low end just seems a little bit tougher.
Right.
The other side that you guys can't see, the scores just.
Oh, they can see it. As long as no one's standing in front of my camera.
There's not right now.
Well, half.
Yeah, it's just the other side just seems so much harder to get some score, but I will say there was much better game ones happening over there, and they were able to control the pocket a little bit better. There may be a little bit more area on this pattern, loosen up the arm swing a little bit more, because I think that short pattern for some players got tricky. Like on this high end, it felt like you could really get the ball out to the gutter and it would kind of peel back, but on the low end, it just wasn't doing that. It was wiggling. So you kind of got some false reads depending how many games you were on the low end, and then when you flipped to the high end, and then you went back for that last game. So it got a little tricky.
Keeping you on your toes.
Yeah, just making you think constantly. But, there was a lot of bowlers who managed that very well. There were a lot of bowlers who grinded it, and a lot of learning experience going on with it. So it was a lot of going on for those first 5 games on that medium pattern.
Medium. I'm telling you, you're trademarking that, because everyone that's been watching today loved it.
Thanks.
So it's officially the Brianna Cote
medium pattern.
Medium pattern.
If it was 37 feet or less, I probably would have said short. But that 38 number, it's a little tricky. That 38, 39 gets tricky.
It does.
Because that 38 is like, it's short, but it's not. And that 39, it's like, that's medium.
Right?
So
I like it.
Yeah, he's bowling so good, Kendrick. He's just doing his thing out there, nice and smooth.
He's got this.
Yeah. Did he fill out a bio?
Let's see. I'm sure he did. I was gonna give a shout out to Toby. He's from Wyoming, because that's the cool the Wyoming Junior Bowlers Tour.
Ah.
That's their cool jersey, and it's all cities in Wyoming.
That's awesome.
Isn't that awesome?
Cool.
Oh, it's so awesome. All right, let's see. Kendrick.
Come on, Kendrick.
Don't let Bree down. We got a bio. He's 17. First SYC.
Awesome. And he got a gold medal.
Oh, you know what? This is old.
Oh, but that's fine.
Yeah, well, okay, so it's not his first SYC. And he's probably February.
But we still have a bio, so we still know something about him.
So he's still youth, so he's probably either 17 or 18.
Yeah.
He's from Eagle River, Alaska.
Perfect.
Eagle River Bowl. Favorite pro bowler, Chris Prather.
Yeah, Chris Prather's pretty good.
You know him.
I do know him, and he's a really good bowler. So it's someone for him to look after. Kendrick is actually pretty smooth, and I'm sure he gets some pointers from Chris. So definitely.
He loves to go fishing, also like Chris Prather.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Maybe we should hook these guys up and have them go on a fishing date. I don't know.
They probably would love that.
They would love that. Yeah, I do not like to go fishing, but
me neither.
I don't have the
patience
for it.
Yeah,
I did when I was little. Like when I was little, I would go fishing with my grandpa all the time, and I had this little Snoopy fishing pole. And then I grew up, and I was like, I can't do this.
Right.
But it is. I'm sure it's kind of relaxing for some people and very good to have zen, kind of clear mind time. Yeah. So I can see it.
Nice use of the word zen there.
Thanks.
Very good. I do have a pronunciation for Jay's last name. It is Schofield. Jay Schofield. And he has gone 8 spare double.
Awesome, Schofield. For someone, my name has been butchered all my life.
Me too.
I can't even pronounce your last name, Blair. I just call you Blair.
And you know what? I've established that I just like to be Blair because it's too hard.
You're like Madonna.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Except not as famous.
Yeah. because like
It's
my name with the Y throws people off. The double N think it's Anna, but it's Anna. And then I got married and got Cote, and a lot of people think it's Cote or Cody, and that's why we usually just stick with Bree.
Right? Exactly. I mean, it's like I don't even. People ask me, they're like, "Oh, I want to put your last name in my phone." I'm like, "No, you don't. Just put Blair Beat.
Yeah.
It works."
Well, because there's so many letters.
Right. I agree. Sometimes I don't want to type it out.
You're
I actually have misspelled my name recently a lot, like on like email and stuff. I don't know what's going on with my autocorrect.
If you don't have the signature, man, it's rough.
Yeah. I'm like, I can't misspell my own name.
No.
Jeez.
It's
bad.
It is, and we're a victim of misspelled. It's fine, mispronunciation.
Yeah,
so
we get it.
I try to get it right, and if I can't, I try to ask, and then if I can't say it, I just avoid it.
Right? And I put a disclaimer out there. I probably will butcher your name, and I apologize. But if you send me pronunciation, I'll try again.
Yeah, you'll try to get it right.
Yep.
So it's perfect.
Yeah.
So I'm glad we got Schofield under control.
I mean, you know what's really funny? So Micah Voris has been bowling the SYC since the first one in 2017.
Wow.
He was at the first one, right? And he, for years, we said
like Voorhees
or like we pronounced it wrong for like years, and they never said anything.
Really?
And then one time we heard him say it, and we're like, "Hold on."
So you mean why don't you correct us?
Right? Like he won. Like he would win medals.
I mean, maybe he was just trying to be respectful. Like
he was playing it off.
But the thing is, I like that's how I feel. Like I want to get your name right. I want people to know who you are correctly.
Just let us know. Yeah.
It's fine. No hard feelings.
Yeah, we understand we make mistakes.
Yes, we do.
Like Abaganya. It took me a minute to get that one down.
Yep.
Mr. Joshua Abaganya stepping up on.
Yeah, he is.
He looks very put together today. I like his outfit. I like his jersey.
Yeah, he's looking like a pro out there.
Right?
Like he's just like, I'm taking a tour. Here we go.
Yeah, I'm stepping up. I'm going.
Yeah, I mean, looks like a bowler, man.
He does.
He does. Looks great.
And
I mean, all these bowlers look like bowlers.
They do, yeah.
It's crazy. So let's see what we get here. Oof. All right. Pretty good shot there. Just got to spare it up.
Yeah. Looks like he found something in there. He found a little hold.
Yeah, I think there was a little bit of hold on this pattern. I thought that split was going to get made.
Yeah, it looked like it.
Yeah, I think there was a little bit of hold on this pattern to kind of just, like I said, free up that arm swing, just not be so tight on the lanes. I think you definitely can get to the pocket a little bit better on this one, and you might not carry every shot, but at least leave something makeable that you can get. And so just like that, cover it up. 7 split, double spare.
I'd take it.
Yeah, good way to start the game for sure. I mean, we got lots of. There were a lot of strikes. So when Silas shot 300, it was on the higher end of the low end.
It sounds so weird, but I've said that a few times.
The higher end of the low end. Yeah. But there were a lot of strikes going on down there. I was like looking, and he was obviously the one that could shoot 300, but there was someone that went like back 9 for like a 260. So there were some strikes being thrown on those last couple pairs down there. So we need to just keep an eye on them.
Okay.
But yeah, so it's been great. These guys and gals are just
killing it.
It's unbelievable.
That was a good lucky break for Toby. He'll take it.
Yes.
He's like shaking his head.
Yeah.
Don't question it, Toby.
Don't ask questions in bowling.
Yeah.
Rule number 1.
Right? Shout out to Keen, who runs the Wyoming junior bowler store. She's probably watching.
Yeah.
She does it. It's so great. There's so many great tournament directors out there in the youth bowling
There
world.
are, again, and I was fortunate that I had the junior bowlers tour that was around the West, and Jeff Hemer, if you're listening, I mean, you're probably running a tournament right now.
Yeah.
But if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be able to do what I do now, and you are just paving the way for these kids as well. Same with the SYC, all the different youth organizations around the country. There's a lot in Michigan. They're all over the place. So what you guys do for these kids is just amazing, and so much time and effort goes into to make sure they have something to bowl, and obviously the parents that get them from point A to point B. So
right,
never forget about the parents and guardians and family members that are out here supporting them. So Kendrick just left a pocket 710. So I mean, how cool would it be if you picked it up?
Let's do it.
Have you ever picked up a 710?
Yes, and I didn't see it.
Oh, that happens so often.
It's so frustrating too. Like, and I don't throw it very hard.
Yeah, I mean, I don't either.
And I was very annoyed that I left the 710. It was in league. It was, and it was
in league,
right. And so I very slowly, or just normally threw it at the 10 pin.
Yeah,
and I turned around because I was annoyed.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, got one.
Yeah, and I turned around and everyone's like cheering, and I turned back around and the pins are gone.
Oh,
I'm like,
goodness.
And I still to this day, someone told me, I think they said like it bounced out or something. I'm like, how did it bounce out? Like,
yeah, it just had to be hit just right. Like, I've also spared just one 710, and I will always watch it because I think it's the coolest split ever to pick up. And I jumped up and down like a little girl when I spared it because I was so excited.
Yeah,
and I did it in league also. It was a lot of fun, but I've seen a few picked up, and I just love it when splits are made. It's just fascinating to me.
It is, yeah. There is a bowler who bowls the SYCs every once in a while. His name is Alex Westring, and he told us that his favorite part of bowling is picking up splits.
Yeah.
So he'll always go for it. I mean, you want to get count, but
it's hard. I'm a person that I love to go for splits too, especially in practice. Like,
yeah.
Because not a lot of people shoot the spares like we were talking about yesterday as far as practice. But if someone leaves like some weird Tetris looking split, I'm like, I'm in.
Yeah.
I want to shoot it. And it's just, I think it also helps with practicing angles and stuff.
Totally.
To just see that. So, yes, there is a time and place to get counts.
Yeah.
But sometimes, man, I really just like to go for it.
In college, we used just like you just said, right? So in practice, you would always practice the weird stuff, right?
Yeah.
Because that's the time to practice it. And our coach wanted us to use our spare balls and stuff in practice. So I got obsessed with the Greek church in college, and I got really good at picking it up.
Yeah.
I would go for the 2, and I'd pick it up,
Yeah.
and so I got so good that sometimes my coach would actually let me go for 2. Because you have, like, in college, usually you ask, like, can I go for this?
I did the exact same thing. So my favorite spare is the 4-9. Like, of any, like, I love the 4-9.
Yeah.
And in college, if we had to get count, he's like, we need count, so I had to go for the 9 pin.
Right.
So, but yeah, it's the same concept, we all have our favorite split. Like, I love the 4-9. Everyone's like, they get all, like, sad, and I'm like, yes! Maybe not all the time.
It does look dramatic when you pick up the 4-9. It's like so cool.
Yes.
Like, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I agree. It's fun. Picking up splits is fun.
Yeah. So what was fun, and we were at team trials, and we were practicing the day before practice session, and it was me, Chris Via, Darren Tang, and a couple of his buddies. And so we set up. I was like, guys, I want to shoot spares. Like, they were just striking at and I'm like, guys, I want to shoot spares. And so we set up the 2, 3, 7, 10.
Oh, wow.
And so, like, you could shoot the 2, you could shoot a 2 pin, a 10 pin, a 3 pin. So, and then we started having a challenge of, like, how to pick it up. And so I made it 3 times in a row.
Oh, my gosh.
Going for the 310. And these guys thought that it was stupid. And so then we tried to pick it up going in between the 2, 3. And so it was just fun because it helps you just practice the baby split. So if you can go to a bowling center and set up some random split combinations, so like the 2, 3, 7, 10, maybe you need practice on the 3, 10, and then you could practice the 2 pin, but maybe start practicing like a 2, 10 or a 2, 7. So there's a lot of split practice. I think also helps you when it comes in a competition.
Yeah,
because
your targeting is good.
Yeah, your targeting is better. You're learning those angles. Like I said, it just helps you know what kind of angles you need to have to make those spares. I mean, the 310 is a hard spare too. I mean, don't get me wrong, that's a tough one too.
Yeah.
So,
I think spares in general, and that's I don't know about you, but for me, my key, if I'm going to bowl a tournament, like sometimes I'll bowl queens, right? Mm-hmm. And if I'm getting ready, my key is my spares.
Yeah.
Because if my spares are off, then I know I'm not sharp at all.
Yeah, exactly.
So
the spares are going to keep you in it.
Right.
So that's definitely what you got to look forward to. Let's see.
Landon is having a rough go of it here.
Yeah, he's not having a fun game, but I think
he's like in between. Like I think he may need to move left.
Mm-hmm.
But then I'm like, does he need to move Like I'm confused too, Landon. So
yeah, it's touchy, and it's tough because it's like I think this one's what 40 feet. Is this one 40 or 42?
It
42.
is 42.
It's
Yeah.
42. So I don't know. I feel like this is a medium longish pattern. I think
What's that word? Long?
longium.
Longium.
I don't
God.
know.
Medium, longium. Oh,
That one's a
man.
lot harder to say. I'm just looking at the paper right now, but yeah, it definitely has a little bit simple, more shape to it than the short pattern did. But
So, and I noticed this a few frames ago, and that was a rough shot by Mr. Nate Thazier. But this is what happens. These boys grow up on us. The first few shots, I didn't even recognize Nate because he keeps growing.
well, they get growth spurts.
Yeah, and then he's got the cool hair going on. Like,
I said the same thing about Barrett today. I'm like, you're almost eye level.
yeah, Barrett has grown a ton.
Yeah, So I mean, they grow so fast, and then you almost don't recognize them, and then you're like, oh, is this kid bowling this week? And like, oh yeah, he's been in front of me the whole time.
Right?
But yeah, I mean, unfortunately, they grow up, and
Dang it!
like they don't get to stay the cute little kids anymore.
Yeah, I'll go watch the U12 pair.
Yeah, I mean, but it's also really awesome to see them grow and
it's
see
so
them
cool.
turn into these amazing bowlers and get ready for the next step after SYC, which is probably going on to college.
Yeah, and it was so fun because last week I was working the True Amateur Tournament here, which is also sponsored by Storm, and we had a couple SYC bowlers that came into the booth, and they're like, "Hey, Blair," and I'm like, "Oh my gosh!" And I'm like, "Oh, so you're in college?" He's like, "I graduated last year." I'm like,
"Oh,
excuse me,
it's been that long." Has it been that long?
Let me go crawl in the corner. Like now,
it's,
not only did you graduate from the SYC, now you've graduated from college.
I know. Time flies. Like when I was younger, I was like, man, time is going so freaking slow.
Nope.
And I'm never going to be an adult. I'm never going to grow up. And then I was always told,
it goes fast.
It goes fast when you get older.
Here we are.
Those adults were right.
Dang adults.
Dang adults.
Do you ever feel like you're not an adult though? Like I feel like kids that as you're watching, it just kind of happens.
Yes.
You become an adult and you're like, when did this happen?
Yeah, was there did I sign a form? Did a switch flip?
Yeah.
Yeah, it just does. You kind of hit that time where you just naturally mature and you naturally just become an adult and know what you need to do. And these U18 kids, the girls and guys, they're almost there. They're
like Garrett Andrews here, who just threw that amazing shot
he did.
on lane 48. He's going to be on the PBA tour next week.
Like, is he going to Wichita from here?
I don't know where.
Look out, boys.
I don't know where. Actually, Garrett probably is looking at colleges. I'm not sure where he's planning to go. Let's see if he filled out a bio.
Yeah.
I think oh, of course not.
Man.
U18 boys, I tell you. But Garrett did win in Florida. He just picked up his first SYC title, and I know that his parents kind of balance. They have two kids. One's in lacrosse.
Okay.
One's in bowling.
Awesome.
And they both are pretty good at
what they do.
Sports.
Yeah.
So mom is with the lacrosse. She's on lacrosse weekend, and dad is here.
That's
in
awesome.
Vegas at the bowling tournament. So they're constantly balancing the two sports.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah, that's great. And it's probably gonna get them into college.
I think so. I do.
Yeah.
I believe it.
Yeah, I was watching but game 2 and took video of this lefty. They're all kids to me. I don't even know what division he was in, but he was bowling amazing, and he was just smooth and
killing it, right?
Killing it, but wasn't like getting overly excited that he was bowling a good game. It just looked very professional out there, and I'm like, yeah, he's gonna be on the men's tour. Like, see him out there in a few years.
Here's Trey. Look at Trey's game. Trey is going to shoot 220 something. 230.
Those scoring things again are getting us. He's going to shoot 230, which is a great game. I mean, it was striker 7.
Yeah, it was.
It was striker 7.
Literally.
But the good news is he had like a 6-bagger in there. So
yeah, it was literally striker 7.
It was striker 7.
And he hit 3 sevens. In Vegas, that's a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, too bad a baby.
Yeah, right. True that.
Tell your mom to go.
Yeah, go play the sevens.
Go.
233. That's 233. A very good game.
Very good game, definitely. Yeah, especially with. Yeah, that's a great game.
Yeah.
Especially when you kind of start out strike 7-1, you're like, ooh,
what's this gonna do?
What's this game gonna be like? But no, he definitely finished that game great.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some strikes going out there, definitely. There's some score out there for sure.
Yeah, it's hittable, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
it is.
It's playable.
It's just you gotta be in the right part with the right ball.
Yeah,
that bowling thing.
Oh, still an 8-pin there for Joshua on a double. All right, pick it up. The thing is that's really hard to teach. You have to learn it more than teach it. Is when you're bowling these events, you have to just be patient. Like if patience is a virtue, and just be patient as much as you can, and fill your frames, whether it's a 6 spare, a 9 spare, strike. Just be patient with the lanes. Be patient with yourself, and just. It is 15. I know we have like 5-game blocks, so it seems like little sprints, but it's 15 games for the entire event, so it is kind of a little bit of a marathon.
That's the important thing, right? And it's a good and a bad thing, right? So if you started the day really rough on the short pad, you can reset it and come back, and it's a whole new tournament, right, for the medium. But then if you have a good day on the short. It is a marathon because you want to be consistent across all 3 patterns. Yeah, you want to make sure that you stay kind of up there. So it definitely can work, either way. But I think you almost still want to kind of treat it as 3 separate events. No, yeah.
In one. So that's why you just got to be patient with it. Like, okay, that one's done. Don't get ahead of myself. Let's go to the next one and just tackle that task at hand, each block.
And Jillian Martin was the first one that I ever noticed doing it, but there may have been someone before her. And then Micah Voris does it a lot. But there are youth bowlers that never get a medal until the overall medals.
Yeah.
And Micah does it all the time. Like, he will not medal in any round, but then he'll come in, like, 2nd or 3rd overall.
Yeah, because you're just consistent.
Right. Yeah.
They're the marathon runners, They're not the sprinters. Right. So definitely, they just kind of hold their own, make their spares, play their game, and the cream usually rises to the top. You know, so you just gotta wait for it, and they'll get there.
All right, so we are coming down to the end of this game.
Getting close.
And I think this is last time, literally it ended, and I didn't realize that it was game 5 already. It's going pretty fast.
This is game 3. We did have a little bit of a hiccup on the low end.
We did.
So there is a little bit, it may slow down. It is a pair that is actually coming this way. I think next game, which is a U18 pair of
we could
lady
have
superstars over there. So
they are superstars.
When they get over here, you may see a delay between game 4 and 5.
Yes.
So you may be affected for that game.
It does look like we will be affected.
Yes.
So we may have a long break.
So, I think they're trying to catch up, but it is hard with 6 on a pair to catch up. But I think they're doing pretty good.
It happens. Like any tournament, we went down for half a game. So
yeah, and the thing is it happens, unfortunately, and
it's not perfect.
It's not perfect if you just kind of roll with it. If there's a lane breakdown, you just wait and see if they fix it. And I think they got a practice ball or 2 before they had to bowl.
We do that.
So
totally,
that was really good, just to get them loose again, because it's rough if you're sitting there for 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
You get kind of cold because it is really cold in here if you're not bowling.
So cold.
So cold.
I literally got a new sweatshirt today, you guys, in the I Am Bowling booth because I was so cold.
That one looks thicker. Yeah, I wore a thicker one today, but I also have my big fleece jacket just in case, and I brought gloves because I was warned by Leanne. I do have a blanket in the room, so I'm not there yet. As long as I walk around a little bit.
Yeah, it's sitting. The sitting,
yeah. But I was like, okay, we'll be fine. We'll do some laps.
I like it.
Yeah, these kids are doing really good.
So we have Mr. Thaser. He could get a turkey here. He kind of needs it.
Yeah.
In his own mind, I'm sure he's saying that, but
yeah, maybe not. Maybe hopefully I mean, he probably is. I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh,
that's Brooklyn. Is it just a 5
right.
pin? Okay, I couldn't see. Okay.
Yeah.
Is he related to Caroline?
He is. Yeah. Little brother. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, so Caroline might be watching if she's not bowling. Caroline aged out of the SYCs and now bowls for Vandy.
Yes, I know. Yes.
Bowls on Team USA.
Yep, she's on junior team and she's rocking it, and she came through these ranks. You know, I saw her at some SYCs, so
she's a good little bowler.
She is.
And that Vandy team is brutal right now.
You know, they are pretty darn good. They got some talent, man. They got her, and you got
Jennifer Laredo.
Yeah, you got Victoria, and you got Alyssa, and then you have the ones that are still there from like
Mabel
from last year, and I mean they're a pretty good team. And fun fact is, when I bowled NCAA long time ago, Vanderbilt was just starting out.
Oh, nice.
And they had like house balls, house shoes. I mean, they were not very good, but just see a program just evolve over the last a lot of years. It's really awesome to see. You know, their first really, big bowler that they got was Josie Barnes, and she was Josie Ernest at the time. So, then once Josie went there, they really started to change things around, and they've done really well over the last few years to kind of get that program up and going. So
someone told me, and I could be wrong, so don't quote me, but that the bowling team at Vanderbilt has more national championships than any other team.
I think so.
That might be incredible. True. Like
that might be true.
Yeah,
that sounds about right. I feel like I have heard that before. Like, I feel like when they won the first one, they tied.
Right.
For most.
Right.
But yeah, I think that is right. It's an amazing school. It's a tough school. So
yeah, it is.
To be able to just go there plus play sports,
why not?
Got some amazing athletes there to do that.
So Kendrick finished up with a 187.
Yeah, he had a couple splits there, but
this pair got tricky.
It did, yeah. Like, it seems like I feel like it's been happening a lot. Like, they'll start really good, and then it'll get tricky, or it'll be the opposite. They'll, be very tricky, and then they'll figure something out. So, I mean, I'm looking to the pairs a little bit, like 47, 48 with someone striking out for 178.
Yep.
And then striking out for 182. So they're just trying to save some games there. So that was really good.
Yeah.
And then, same thing to the right, 51, striking out for 170. Going back 5 for 213. That's huge.
Huge.
So, I mean, and he was struggling after a split and a missed spare. So that's all really good. So just shows, just don't give up. Keep at it.
Amen. All right. Well, thank you for joining us, Bree.
My pleasure.
We're going to finish this game up, and then it looks like I don't know what kind of break we're having, because we're going to have some kids that are bowling and some kids that aren't. So we might not have I don't know what's going on. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out together.
Yeah. Do you want to stick around for the last game?
I mean, if
it's up to you.
I don't mind going. I'm good. I'll stay and chat.
Okay.
And keep it.
We still will take a short break when everyone's moving.
Okay.
And then we'll
resume.
And you can decide if you want to walk around and warm up or hang out.
Okay. Perfect.
All right. So we're going to take that short break now, and we will be right back. All right, we are back with a little more bowling action.
Yeah. I decided to stay.
We twisted her arm. She's staying.
Yes. I wanted to hang out some more with you guys.
Love it.
We have a really good pairs in front of us. Finally get to see some ladies over here.
We do. So we have Maya Struble, who's from Alaska.
Mm-hmm.
We have Ayla Helm, Abigail Starkey, Caitlin Woodard, Stephanie Hong, and Karina Capron. And then to the right, you're going to see Avery Dumigan, Brianna Archibald, Claire Jacobson, Mary Beth Baker, Amber Benson, and Kayla Booker.
Yes.
Which is really cool.
Yeah, definitely. We have, I believe, Karina and Mary Beth medaled.
They did.
On the short?
Yes.
So Karina actually won the gold, and I believe Mary Beth won the bronze.
Yeah.
So they did some really good bowling this morning. And then, 47-48, they will get over here as soon as they possibly can, but
yes,
they were actually victim to the breakdown. So just to update you guys, they have half a game left, and then they will be over here, and it's the other group of U18 ladies.
Yes. Yeah, which is great. There's a great group there, too.
Definitely, yeah. Lots of great girls bowling right here, so...
And you might catch a glimpse of the U15 pair that we saw. We saw that pair earlier. It has Bella on it, but Bella's people are always asking, "Where's Bella Castillo?"
Yeah, she's on 45 and 46 for anyone who's wondering. And she's the top bowler, so you can't really see. You might be able to see in the distance if 47 or 45 and 46, but
yeah, maybe just pink out.
Yeah,
you see the ball.
You see the ball. Let you know
when it's Bella.
When it's Bella.
Bella is a fan favorite. Everyone loves Bella.
Yeah, Bella's, she's young. She's super young, and she's really come a long way in the last couple of years. I remember seeing her a couple years ago where she was still two-handed, but she kind of hadn't figured out how to generate that speed yet to match the rev rate. And she's kind of figured that out now, and she's,
gotten a little bigger.
Got a little bit more strength. So she's doing really well, and she does have the front four right now, so.
Yeah. But someone asked earlier, I think it was Goody, about two-handed girls, and Stephanie Hong here, she's a two-handed lady, and there are, every tournament we go to, there's more
and more. And I think it's easier when they're starting out a little bit younger. And someone asked me today, you want to try it? I'm like, oh no, I think I'll break something. But yeah, because I think it would be a little bit more challenging for women with the hips.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean we can't do it. It's, these girls out here, they're doing it, and they're doing it amazingly. So you're going to see it just like we've seen the men and the boys take over two-handed. The women are going to catch up here fairly shortly. So
absolutely,
look out.
I'm pulling up the U18 girls standings. Okay. It's probably not super updated.
Yeah, it probably only updated after, I would say, 2?
Well, and because that
pair's in the third game, right?
Yeah. So this is going to be confusing because, see, Caitlin.
None of them have their other game in, and that's the whole pair that's affected.
Right. So Caitlin Abagana has gone 189, 191.
Yeah, and she has really started this game out struggling with 3 opens in a row.
Right, and then, but Karina Capron, she is bowling great.
Yeah, she came out, going crazy.
She's here to show everyone that she's ready to bowl in 2023.
Yes, she's not hanging around.
202, 249, 223. And you know what she said today? So she won gold on the short, and she goes, the short pattern is my hardest. So and I was like, well, that's a good sign.
Yeah.
When you bowl really well.
On the hard one, yeah. Yeah, and she started this game with a double.
Right?
Yeah, so she's figuring things out,
Yeah, so then Avery Dumigan, who's bowling to the right, she is 175, 201, 244. Amber Benson, 254, 191, 169. Abigail Starkey, who's on this pair, she's actually stepping up on lane 50, 179, 231, 202. Yeah.
She started out a little slow, but then she started to bowl really good after that first game.
It's cool.
Which, it happens. So, hi, Hosan. I see you in the chat.
Yeah, Hosan. Hassan traveled with you all summer last year.
Oh my gosh, he
That's
went
so
to every
cool.
event, and then he also went to the men's events, and he was at the Lucy, and he was a friendly face. He was great. He was super sweet.
Great fan.
Great fan. I mean, he's a number one fan. I mean, he is probably the best fan that we have. And so thanks for coming out and hanging out with us. We're gonna miss you this year.
Yeah, totally. He'll be watching on Bold TV though.
So definitely we'll look forward to the next time you get to hang out with us. But a great fan. It was, and it was great because some of the girls would just help him if he has questions or wanted some work on stuff. So we're always here to help, get everybody better.
That's right. Man, Karina, so she just threw that shot.
That was a good shot.
Holy cow. I haven't seen her bowl in a while, and her ball motion or revs are amazing.
Definitely, she's been working on some stuff for sure.
Let's see who filled out a bio. Let's test the girls.
Oh yeah, because I've only been on here with testing the boys.
Yeah, all right, we're gonna start from the top. Maya's an old one in here. She's from Alaska. She's awesome though.
Is there anybody not from Alaska or Illinois bowling?
Can you grab the moose though? So the moose. This moose.
He's so soft.
Yes, and Maya brought the moose. So the last time she brought a little husky dog, and it was the
cute.
watchdog of the live stream. So now we have a watch moose of the live stream.
So his name's just Moose.
Well, we called him Anchorage because she's from Anchorage.
Oh, well, he's very soft and he's very cute.
Yes. So Maya, she services the watch animal.
Yeah, because we need one. We need a mascot.
Yeah, exactly.
Every SYC.
Yeah. Yeah, but she actually just she's going to Valpo next year.
Oh, okay.
So she signed.
Good for her.
Yeah, she's excited. Little nervous, as most people are when they're going.
Yeah, it's it's new. It's new, and it's gonna be something you've never experienced before. But just have an open mind, and it'll be great.
Exactly. All right, so we have Ayla on this pair as well. Ayla Helm.
She's from Florida.
Boynton Beach. I don't know where that is.
I don't know where that is either.
Yeah.
And her favorite bowler is Kyle Troop.
Yep. And
Kyle
she likes
Troop's popular.
He is. He does that little pick it out thing. I think everyone likes that.
Yeah, I think so. No, I mean he's a good guy.
Yeah.
He's a good one to like. So
I always like when him and Jesper are rooming together on tour because they do funny videos. And stuff.
And Jesper is so like quiet.
Yeah,
and, like,
it's like the opposite.
It's like, Jesper is a sweetheart. Like if any of you guys ever met Jesper or haven't, but he's a super sweet guy, super nice guy as well.
Yeah. So she came in second in the PBA Junior National Showdown.
Awesome.
She can do a British accent.
Well, that's cool.
And she says, please ask her about her jersey.
Okay.
Ayla, we need to know more about your jersey.
Yeah.
So maybe she'll let us know.
Maybe she'll give us the details. Yes. So, I mean, we can try to see who else on our pair has a bio.
I know, let's see.
I feel like we're stalking them.
I know, right? Doesn't it feel like that?
Yeah.
Abby Starkey is an old one. She's from Schaumburg.
She's from Illinois.
Yep, Illinois and Alaska.
Same, telling you. Weird. Chris Fye and Shannon O'Keefe, favorite bowlers.
Yeah. And
I am also partial to Chris Fye because he's my partner.
True. Said ask you about your jersey.
Oh yeah, so this Friday,
it's okay.
Friday, one of my friend's dads passed away from pancreatic cancer, and I was able to get it converted yesterday.
Awesome.
Oh, well, okay. I'm gonna tear up.
So yes, very, very sweet. Well, that's
so
awesome.
If you back up a little bit, we'll show it on the camera.
Yes.
Yeah, so back up that way. Go that way.
See,
that
there's the camera.
So you can show off your sleeve.
Oh, wait, I'm too short.
Scoot back.
I'm too short.
So Ayla's showing off her jersey. She had it embroidered. And Bree, you might have to help. So it was her friend's dad that passed away on Friday.
From pancreatic cancer.
And
so she had it embroidered on her sleeve to support him. So super sweet. Ayla, that's just special.
That is super special.
So, good-hearted kid right there.
Yes.
She did get a little emotional. So that was It's
Very
real.
sad.
So
Yeah.
but yeah.
Sad.
So that was the information about Isla's shirt.
Yeah, and it sounded like she was missing a fundraiser, so
Yeah, so
We're-
she wanted to do something for them.
shout out to them. Or her. I mean, the fundraiser.
you
know. Yeah. You know what I'm trying to
Yes,
say.
definitely.
So
Stephanie.
Hong, who is our young lady who's bowling two-handed on this pair, she's stepping up now. So she left. They're from California, and I was talking to her mom today because normally her mom, I was like, I didn't see you yesterday. She's like, we weren't here. She was in a school like competition for aerospace engineering, and she couldn't leave until 9 p.m. last night. They got in at 2 a.m. today.
That's dedication.
But I go, the Hongs are super smart.
Yeah.
Daniel just aged out, but they're super smart.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I can't even talk about them. They've done so much. But they're from Fullerton, California. Favorite PWBA bowler, no offense, Missy
None
Parker.
taken. She's from California.
Yeah.
And again, Kyle True, we should have a tally.
It's a lot.
We should have a game.
Yeah.
I love games.
And here's a fun fact. And, English is not her first language.
Yes, I actually heard her speaking a different language the first game I was down there watching. And I wasn't trying to guess what it was, but now that I see, I'm assuming it was Korean.
Yeah.
So,
and she says she struggled to learn English when she came to America,
Yeah.
but she loves learning other languages.
Yeah, being bilingual or multilingual, like, it's just amazing. Like, I love it when people just switch their brains and can speak a different language. Like, I know Spanish very well. I can understand it. I can speak it to get from point A to point B. But when people have multiple languages that they can speak,
It's amazing.
it is amazing, and I applaud them for that. So
I want to go to Korean barbecue
Oh,
with the
and-
Hongs.
yes, I love Korean barbecue.
Me
It's
too.
so good. There's a
Yeah.
really good place here too. I don't like if you've been to where Simo takes people. It's really good.
Yeah.
But I love Korean barbecue. I love
It's the best.
Korea. I've been to Korea multiple times. One of my favorite places I've ever been to. Super friendly people.
I love it. I love trying new food too.
See that is not me. That is the polar opposite, but I'm a very picky eater. But it's okay.
So what do you eat at Korean barbecue?
It's just I eat the white rice and the steak, meat, whatever it is.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, I don't eat any of the
No?
sides.
Okay.
I don't even like soy sauce. Like, I just, I'm just a very picky eater, and I have been my entire life.
I'm impressed that you've tried Korean barbecue though.
It's good. I mean, I like steak, so
Okay.
they have different cuts of like the beef and stuff. So it is really good. So
All right.
I
there
will
you
say,
have
and I love white rice. Just that's delicious.
it. I love it.
So yeah, it's sometimes traveling around the countries can be a little tricky,
Yeah. True.
but yeah. So we got Abigail's struggling a little bit this game.
She is. She just chopped that spare and was not happy.
No.
And actually, Maya chopped a spare too.
Yeah. That was a really good shot there by Avery. Avery had a really good shot there on
Really
51.
good shot,
So she's
yeah.
going a really good game.
Yeah.
But what I'm kind of seeing this block, which it's really hard to see, is Miss Spears. I feel like they can strike, but I've seen a lot more Miss Spears this block than I did
Yeah.
the first block. Like on the
And
short.
splits.
Yes.
Splits and
yeah.
spares.
Yeah. In the first block, they weren't striking very much, but they were picking up their spears like crazy.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going on, if they're just kind of psyching themselves out, but
Maybe they're getting tired.
maybe.
It's a lot of bowling.
It is a lot of bowling.
This is game 10 in one day.
Yeah, I mean they
Good shot by Abby right there.
Yeah, there we go.
She's like, I'm done shooting spares.
yeah,
I'm gonna strike.
I'm just
Forget it.
I'm not gonna shoot a spare the rest of the day.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna strike.
I think that would be a good strategy.
That would be a great strategy.
But you do have those days where you just
Yes.
cannot make a spare.
And those days are where you're just like, what do I have to do? Who do I have to pay?
Yeah, can you just knock the pin over? Like, I don't
Yeah.
care. I wasn't close. Just knock it over.
Yeah. You might have touched it anyway. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Nice shot by Caitlin there. Caitlin Woodard.
We didn't have a bio on her, huh?
I don't think so. Let me just double check. I got sidetracked.
Dang it.
Which is very easy for me to do. Anyone that knows me. Yeah, I don't have one.
Okay. I
Caitlin.
mean, I don't know if we have any. Can we even see 51 and 52 since we can't see 47?
We can see like 51.
Okay.
We got 51. So
Okay.
we see Miss Bree Anna
Does she-
Archibald.
Does she have a bio?
She might. She just moved from Idaho to Tennessee. But she, my fun story about Brianna, she doesn't have an updated one.
Okay.
But she won here in Las Vegas, and it was the coolest story. It was before the pandemic, which I think everybody's life has completely changed since the pandemic,
Yes.
right?
100%.
So Brianna Archibald, whose father Scott, he used to own a pro shop.
Mhm.
Actually, he used to own the pro shop that KT Simpson's dad now owns
awesome.
at Westie's Garden Lanes. And Bree told her parents that she wanted the SYC Vegas for Christmas, and her parents told her that that she would get it, but she had to prove to them that she was gonna work, put in the work or whatever. So she started bowling every single day, and this was in 2019, and she came and she bowled the SYC in 2020 in Las Vegas, and she won.
That's impressive.
Yeah,
That's awesome. That's a great
really
story.
Cool. Yeah, so
she kept to her yeah, I'm gonna work. This is what I want, and she did it. So that's pretty much that's great. That's just amazing.
Yes, it's and she's a little older, and now they live in they just moved to outside of Nashville in Tennessee.
Oh, okay.
And so, but she also, her and her sister both love horseback riding too.
Oh.
So they have some horses.
Sweet.
Yep. And then we have Mary Beth Baker, who is stepping up on 51. And her mom is probably watching. Sarah I'm sure, is watching. But Mary Beth is part of our Evolution team.
Yes.
She's a great young bowler. And I cannot remember. She just committed to an NCAA program.
Is it in her bio?
Let's look.
I'm all about these bios.
I know, right?
I want to know about these kids. I get to see them bowl.
Oh, she did.
But
Okay.
I want to know more about them.
So she's from York, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Her favorite bowler is Kelly Kulick.
She's a good one.
Yep.
Okay.
She loves the traveling and the competition. She's a 2-time SYC champ, 20-time medalist. She's saying hi to her mom.
Aw.
She has a cool chinchilla. I didn't even know that.
Named
She has
Miko.
a chinchilla named Miko.
Aw.
How come Miko doesn't make appearances on the
Right?
YouTube channel? Now, her and
Miko.
her friend Trevor Ashby, they run a YouTube channel, and they do some vlogs and stuff because that's the cool thing to do.
That is
too.
the cool thing
Yeah.
now.
Oh, it's the school I can't ever pronounce.
Duquesne?
Yeah,
Duquesne?
Well, here's what we used to
Is it
call it.
Duquesne?
We used to call it Queso,
Queso.
but that's
Do
not
you
how
have the
say it.
queso?
Yeah.
I think it's Duquesne.
I think you're right. I don't know, but it's
Tell
a
me
great
if I'm right,
it's
Sarah.
a great NCAA program. So, and Mary Beth is going to be a great addition to
Yes,
it.
good for her. Congratulations to her. Yay! I got it right. All the time in the Midwest learning these languages.
I know, right? It's
It's a
literally
different world out there.
yeah.
man.
There's silent S's. There's it's-
Illinois.
Yeah. Hey, listen. In Ohio, there's a Rio Grande, but it's spelled Rio Grande. Rio is how you pronounce it. Right?
See, in Arizona, it would be Rio.
Exactly, right? like Ohio just got I don't know what happened, but someone decided that they're
Rio.
gonna be Rio.
It'd be like, oh, Rio, the opposite.
Yeah, right.
Ohio.
It's a mess. It's such a mess.
Oh, goodness gracious. That's okay.
Yeah. Oh, we have a question.
Oh.
Bree, how do you usually practice? Is it structured? And if so, how?
Okay, that's a good question. So, when I schedule practice, for example, I really like to do a lot of training at the B3 Training Center in Tempe, Arizona.
There was another Joss Weems shouted that out today.
Yes.
He comes
So
and trains
Mike and Brandy Calderon, I die without them. So, but I know that if I need to work on, say, I didn't bowl good on a pattern on tour or even Team USA, I will just pick a pattern that I know I struggled on. That will be the pattern I'm going to bowl on. And so that's for sure what I do. I don't ever really pick a pattern that I know I'm going to just strike for days on.
Right.
So I just put something that I knew I struggled with. And maybe that day I'm working on speed, or I'm working on angles. They have the torch, so I can see kind of the torch angles, which
that's awesome.
allows you, if anyone's ever used torch, it's basically a light, and you can kind of line it up to where you need your kind of lay down to your arrows. And if you hit it, it lights up. I make it green because green's my favorite color. And it lights up that you did it correctly or not. But it also gives you that visualization, so you can actually line yourself up to try to hit that exact angle on the lane. And they also have Specto, so if I'm trying to work on accuracy on a certain part of the lane, I can do that. So it depends on the day what I'm working on, but that's the only thing that I would work on that day. Like, I wouldn't do accuracy stuff, I wouldn't do angle stuff, and I wouldn't do like speed stuff. I wouldn't do all of them in one practice. I pick one thing, and that's what I work on. I always shoot my spares. No matter what I leave, I shoot my spares. I do not reset it. I shoot everything.
Kids, are you listening?
Yes,
You
I
repeat that?
shoot all my spares. I shoot all my spares in practice. I try not to hit the reset button. I don't know. I just am a firm believer that spare practice is just so crucial. And even if you don't want to just have like you don't want to shoot spares for like a day where you're shooting 10 pins and 27s, but when you're practicing, you're not striking all the time, especially when you're bowling on a pattern. Oh no, is she okay? Yeah. Especially when you're bowling on a pattern that's not easy. Shoot your spares. Really, it's just the best practice to kind of mimic what a real game would be like. So that's kind of how I practice.
I love that.
I don't spend a ton, like a lot of days doing it. I really focus on it maybe twice a month. But then I also bowl a lot of tournaments outside of the PWBA at home. I bowl a lot of tournaments.
You do bowl a lot.
I do bowl a lot, and I do feel like tournaments, no matter how small, whether it's a 5-game sweeper or a 4-game sweeper, it just gets you competition ready.
Yes.
And you get to bowl in different things, and so that's, to me, that's the best practice. And then I bowl league just to make sure that my body's still doing the correct things. So
right.
I technically use league as practice, just more physical. But if I'm really trying to focus on something, I pick the one thing. That's what I work on for just that practice session, and bowl on a pattern that I know is going to be difficult and shoot my spares. So it's pretty much the key things that I work on and keep it structured.
Like pretty good. So you have a very structured practice.
I do have very structured practice.
Yeah.
I always want to there was a big thing I think last year where Leanne kept promoting like practice with a purpose.
Yeah.
And that was my purpose. Like, I would pick one thing and that's what I would focus on doing. It wasn't incorporate, I need to do speed, I need to do accuracy, I need to do this. Like, it just gets too much and overwhelming for your brain. So we just pick the one thing, and then maybe in another week I would go pick a different, like, the secondary thing. But really try to keep it very simple, and I'm not going to sit there for 4 hours doing it. Like, I kind of limit myself. Like, my max is like 2 hours. Like, that's my max.
Yeah, because you don't want to over-practice.
You don't want to over-practice. You don't want to do things that you don't want to develop bad habits.
Right.
And I will say.
So do you ever stop practice?
Yes.
Like it's not going well.
Yeah, I actually had a really bad practice my last practice. Like, I couldn't figure out. I was trying so hard to bowl on this really hard short pattern, and I was really trying to throw urethane. Like, I was really trying to get myself to figure it out, and I was struggling. But I practiced for like 1.5, 2 hours, and I just said, okay, I'm at least going to end on a good shot, whether I strike or not. But I ended it. I didn't sit there and keep trying to frustrate myself. I knew when to kind of just stop, and then I'll go revisit it in a different day.
I like that.
So I think that's where you don't want the frustration to come in, and then you start rapid firing and doing bad things. So sometimes you just gotta have to say, okay, this wasn't the best practice, but I kept at it for my allotted amount of time.
I love it.
Yeah.
This has been a very good. If anyone's listening, I would follow Bree's advice.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. Woo. There we go. Mixer.
Yes. So Stephanie Hong, she has had a very up and down game this
Yes. Eight spare, 8-1. She's like the other kid who was just 7 or strike.
Right.
She's 8 or strike.
Exactly. It's 8 or strike.
So she can still shoot 230. Just
strike out. Right?
Just strike
and
out.
she can do it.
She can definitely do it.
Yeah.
She's got potential there.
She does. And then our pair that was catching up
They have arrived.
They've entered the building. It's Emily Kringle, Caitlin Toney, Jaden Mabry. I don't know.
Mabry.
Okay, and then Ashton Woods, Kira Maxim, and Caitlin Abagana.
Yeah. I mean, we can see if any of them did bios real quick.
Oh, we totally can.
I really like the bios because I want to know about these kids.
All right,
where they're from, what they do.
Emily Kringle. She did do a bio.
She did.
First one.
Look at my name.
Oh, that's what we're looking for.
No, I'm just kidding.
I know.
I was looking where she was from, and you would scroll.
I know. No, you're good. You're good. I love it. I love it.
She's so sweet.
Emily
is from South Dakota,
and she loves Brianna Cote. Do you know her?
I don't. She didn't pay me to write that. She actually sent this in February 3rd, so you guys were aware. I didn't. I'm not trying to bribe these kids to like me.
Yeah.
But thanks, Emily. She's doing really well. I watched her the last game.
Oh, we love her.
The last set. She
likes to work out. She likes to read, and she loves her dogs.
Yeah, you do.
Emily, we love you.
Yes,
you're awesome.
Emily, good. And she wants to say hi to Aunt Sarah and Uncle Chris and Aunt Janice and Uncle Doug. Well, hello.
I love it.
So, Emily, you're
awesome.
a sweet, sweet girl. So, thank you for filling out your bio.
Yeah,
and you win. I just want to know.
Bree's going to go down and sign something for you.
Oh,
Emily.
definitely.
You should.
I will, for sure.
Yeah, you have
for
to.
sure. I'll find something to sign. She's getting something.
All right. And Caitlin, she has pulled a few SYCs. This is her 5th. She's from San Antonio. I think she goes by Katie now. I was talking to her earlier, and she was
just getting kind of down on herself.
Oh.
But I was like, hey, you're doing great.
Yeah.
Keep it up.
Right. Good.
Yeah.
That's what you're here for.
That she was actually doing fine. I think she just kind of wasn't sure at the moment.
Yeah.
So she was doing absolutely amazing.
So her favorite bowler, she likes Kyle Troop because he has the best hair and style.
Obviously.
Dasha, who's an amazing artist.
Yes, she is.
And she's got some flair, so I could see her.
She does have some.
Artists.
Yeah.
And then Norm Duke has helped her fundamentals the most, and she loves his mental game.
Yes.
And then she likes Maria too.
Maria Jose Maria.
Maria's awesome.
I love Maria.
She's so fun.
Maria is a fun individual.
And she loves seeing like all of her friends and getting together and watching how much everyone has grown, which is so awesome.
Yeah.
She bowled 300 with her mom's equipment, which is cool. And she likes to draw. She actually draws realistic portraits of her favorite bowlers. Maybe she could draw.
I'm gonna ask her.
Right?
Yeah.
You want one?
Yeah. Well.
So,
yeah.
And she wants to give a shout out to the lanes at Oak Hills that have helped her practice.
Oh,
that's cool.
That is very awesome. Yeah.
Sweet bio.
Sweet, very sweet bio. Like she's shouting out to all the right people and thanking them for everything they've given to her.
We got another one. This pair is killing it. Jaden has a bio. She's 16 years old. Queen Creek, Arizona.
Yeah, I know her.
Oh, so that
I didn't pay her.
Was
I didn't pay her either. But no, Jaden, she's a sweet girl. So she used to live in Tucson.
Okay.
And then she had her and her family moved to Phoenix, and she started working with like B3.
Nice.
Where she bowls at with Cortez Shank. And
he's okay.
I love Tez.
Tez is awesome.
He is a sweet kid. I mean, he's a sweet kid. So, and she's been working really hard. I talked to her yesterday before bowling, and she was just going through everything that's happened with her because, like, she used to live in Tucson. I used to coach her, and then when they moved, she found other coaches, which is great. And I said, here you go. And so I'm glad she's found B3.
That's awesome.
But she's doing really good, and yeah, I didn't think she'd put me down at one of her favorites, honestly.
She did.
So. Thanks, you.
You have a couple autographs to sign on that pair.
Oh yeah, I got to find a whole bunch of stuff done. I got to go to the giveaway box we had yesterday.
Really, there might be some in there.
Yeah.
And her favorite bowling achievement has to be placing 3rd at PBA Junior. She shot 234. ignited another fire in her.
Yeah. She was telling me about that. That she thought she was like out and about, like she was done, and then she shot a big game and it got her in like the top 3.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's why I said that's why you never give up.
Nope,
you
don't.
never know.
Speaking of never give ups, we'll come back to this bio, but Stephanie Hong.
Look at her. There we go for 230. That a girl.
232. That was a great game.
And then
little cheer.
Yeah, Jaden said that she is playing flag football for her school.
I was just looking at this.
Yeah,
so this is when I go, I do nothing in my life when I read these bios, right? Like, okay, I play flag football for my school. I'm link crew president for the junior class. She loves to listen to music and she plays piano and she makes an amazing bacon potato soup and she bowls really good.
Yeah. What doesn't she do?
Jaden, thanks for making us all feel bad about ourselves.
She was telling me, she goes, I started playing flag football. I was like, yeah, how's it going? She goes, they're tackling me. They're supposed to take my flag. And I'm like,
funny.
okay.
That's awesome, though. I love that. It's so cool.
Oh, man.
And so she has family on the East Coast. Her dad, who is stuck at home with her 2 brothers. Shout out to all the staff at B3 and Tez for being an amazing coach.
Shout out to them, definitely. So, yeah.
Tez is awesome.
You know, I've bowled a lot of things with Tez, against Tez. But, yes, he's awesome. And he's trying to make it big out there in the PBA. So good luck to you, Tez, and hope you can do great.
Well, I thought it was amazing last year when he made that first TV show.
Oh my gosh! I was talking to Missy at lunch today. How nervous I get when I watch like my friends bowl or like any of these kids that I've coached. How nervous I get that I want them to do so well. Like I'm antsy. I can't sit still, and I'm like, I don't even get like that when I bowl, and I'm back here like stressing out. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't do it. I can't watch. It's too nerve wracking. I'm like this. I'm like literally watching monitors.
Yeah, I'm not watching.
Running out shots.
That's
so,
awesome.
But you know, I want them to do so well.
Totally.
And so that's how I kind of felt with Tez, and I'm just like so nervous, and I'm like, come on. Same thing with these kids. I'm like, all right, you can do it, you know. And
100. So Karina finished up with a 201. Which is great. She had a very solid block. Ayla, 213. Awesome game.
Yeah. I mean, that pair actually bowled pretty well. Yeah, that Stephanie, man, she rocked that pair.
She rocked it. 232.
Yeah. We have some good, you know, on 47 and 48. Emily's starting out really good. Same thing with Ashton. And
yes.
Caitlin's, if it's Katie now, she's getting a double after starting slow.
Yeah.
So
figuring it out a little bit.
Maybe just getting comfortable again. Yeah. So I mean, these girls are gonna bowl some really good games here.
Totally. How good is Kira throw it?
She throws it so good. I was watching her the last block. And I'm like, man.
So good, right?
So good.
It's unbelievable.
Effortlessly sometimes. And I'm
like, can I have a few revs? Just
like, can I find them somewhere?
A couple. Just like you can lose 2. You won't notice.
That's how I feel when I watch the guys bowl. I'm like,
oh my gosh.
Do you need all those revs? Like if I can just take 5 from 10
all
guys,
of you, right?
just 10 guys. Like if it just goes up like 50,
you won't miss them.
You won't even know the difference.
Ugh. Whatever. It's fine. Even Caitlin Abaganya, she throws it amazing.
Oh, she throws it so good for being 16, right?
Yeah, I think she's 16.
I think she's 16 now. But I've seen her. She's bowled down, and I've seen her in Phoenix when she comes over to bowl some events, and just like every time I see her, I remember bowling a pro-am with her at a tour stop in California, and she was maybe 13 at the time, and I'm like, man, this girl's gonna be amazing, and she's not proven me any different.
Yeah, she's growing into her game.
She's growing into her game and herself. So, she's doing great things out there. As long as she keeps that really good head on her shoulders, and she asks questions. Like she came up to me and Missy a few different times. I mean, Missy works with her, which is great. But she's come up to both of us and just ask us some questions, just to kind of pick our brain, you know. And that's really why we're here, is to pick our brain. Like, please ask us questions. Like, and it can be about anything. It can be about physically bowling. It can be about mental game stuff. You know, Caitlin asked me about nutrition stuff, like if we bowl in between, or would we eat in between blocks? And I said, yeah, you know, if it's a long day, you still need to fuel your body.
Totally.
You know, with something decent so you can bowl the next 5 or 6 games.
You don't recommend the Norm Duke milkshake challenge in between blocks?
You know, okay, not gonna lie. So if I have a bad block,
you're going to have a milkshake.
I'm going to get ice cream probably.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying.
I think I did that after my bad practice.
Yeah.
After my bad practice session, my husband was with me, and I said, Randy, we're going to Culver's.
I mean, sometimes, so that is the thing, right?
Sometimes you just need to do something different.
Get out of your own way.
Yeah,
sometimes.
And go get a milkshake with that whipped cream and that sprinkles and whatever you want. But every time, no, I probably couldn't do it. You know, but I like to go to places like Panera.
Panera's the best.
You know, or
I love Panera.
Just something that has like a light lunch menu. Nothing too crazy because I'll get a heavier meal in the evening. It's usually a little bit later depending on what time we're starting, but I would eat a little bit heavier just to kind of get me through the night. But in between blocks, yeah, you definitely want to fuel your body and get some good nutrition if you can. You know, stay hydrated, definitely, like we were talking about yesterday. Because especially out here in Vegas, it's super dry, so you don't realize how dehydrated you can get pretty quickly. And I always recommend having like a protein bar, or like if you don't really like protein bars, you can get a chewy bar or some fruit snacks or something to boost you while you're bowling.
Got a request to show the other cameras.
Okay.
I thought they were done on that side, but they're not.
No, this is game. So.
Oh, this is game 4.
4-5. So game 5 is on 51.
Confused.
It's okay, Blair. I've got you.
Okay.
So 51 and 52 is actually on game 5.
Okay.
49 and 50 will be on game 5.
Okay.
47 and 48 is game 4 because they were the pair that was affected by the breakdown.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So the purple screens are 5.
Are 5. Okay.
The gray screens are 4.
So lost.
If you need me to map it out for you.
I might. Oh,
this is why I didn't leave the booth, people.
Yeah. Bree is here for us. I've now screwed up the last game in both blocks. This morning I thought that it was game 4 and it was game 5.
That's okay.
And now I think it's game 5 and it's game 4.
Yeah. No, and I don't know if why 49 and 50 is behind. Are they just
49 and 50
is coming from down there,
correct?
Right,
which I think was
that was the pair
that's the breakdown. That's the one that's affected.
Yes.
These players were the actual pair that
were
was
the actual
on the breakdown.
but then the following.
Yeah.
So they should be here. So the pair that is coming to 49 and 50, they are actually in the 9th frame, or I'm sorry, 8th frame, going into the 9th frame. So they should be here soon, momentarily, to get into that last game.
It's fine. Let's go look at the standings because I can do that.
Hopefully. Just kidding. Just giving Blair a hard time.
Don't.
Yeah. So we're getting some strikes here on this pair of 47, 48, which is great.
They're
figuring it out. Probably as I just jinxed Kira, my bad. But Caitlin's got a turkey going. Ashton's figuring it out. Same with Katie. Jaden's struggling a little bit here. Jaden's just been struggling a little bit physically today. She's told me, she's like, I'm just not throwing it very well today. So and I said, unfortunately that happens. We just grind through it, work through it, and it'll get better.
Yeah, see, this division is going to be very.
It's going to be very hard to.
Half are in 3rd game and half are in 4th game. So
yeah.
Literally, they're bowling these guys. We're not behind on scores. Like they're
are bowling.
Right.
They were affected by the lane breakdown.
Karina, I don't think anyone's beating her right now.
She's bowling. Yeah,
she's leading.
Yeah, she's leading, and so she shot 201 game 4, which is already updated. So she's 202, 249, 223, 201. So she's rocking it right now.
Avery beat 35.
Mm-hmm.
I still think that's one of these girls. No, I think she still is. She can.
Yeah, Ashton's at 577 for 3, and she's bowling a good game. So maybe cut into that deficit.
Yeah.
For sure. There's Caitlin. Oh, we got a point. That's a triple.
Let's go.
So
Trip 4 game in play.
We are live. Yeah. So definitely a 4-bagger helps after you go 9 out.
Yeah. Nice shot by Ashton. Ashton is going to be a shocker next year.
You know, yes, she is. Ashton is a sweet girl. She's a super sweet girl. I bowled team trials with her. Not this year, but last year. We've got paired up a couple times and, hanging out with her dad, Curtis, and he's a trip. But
a trip 4?
Yeah, I trip 4-9. But he's a great, and he's done really good things with Ashton.
Yes.
But Ashton is just a sweet person, and she's a good girl,
She is.
So it's good to see that, and she was talking. Missy and I were talking to him about where she wanted to go to school, and she was torn between a couple places, and it was kind of heartbreaking when she didn't make that decision because she wanted to go to both. But you have to make that tough decision, and she had to do what was best for her. But she, no hard feelings, and they supported her and what she wanted to do. So she's gonna be a shocker, and she's gonna do great. She's gonna learn how to trip some more 4-pins. That's for sure.
Oh, 100%, because that's what they do in Wichita,
That's
right?
what they do in Wichita.
We got a little sighting of the U12 pair too, to your right.
Oh, yeah.
It's just off to the right of the camera. That was Lydia Gordon on 52. But little Caden's the best. So Caden's in our evolution program, and he is 9 years old, I believe. I think he's turning 10 this year. And he just soaks up everything bowling.
Yeah.
He loves it.
Yeah. You can tell.
Yeah.
He's invested.
This game's great, right?
Yeah. And then you have, there's Henry over here. Look at Henry go.
Oh, Henry.
Look at Henry go.
Henry's awesome Henry came in yesterday during the practice session to tell us how the practice session was going.
Yeah.
And he really broke down the lanes.
Did he?
Yes, he did.
I can see that. He's wheeling the lane.
And he's 9. He schooled us. He also knows if you want to play a fun game with Henry, just ask him what name a bowling ball, a storm bowling ball.
Okay.
And ask him what the core is inside.
Seriously?
He knows every core inside.
I have to look it up.
He asked me yesterday. He walked in, do you know what the core in Nova is? I'm like, no.
You're like, you're right back.
Yeah, really. And then he rattled it off. And, he did it in the booth, too, because
he soaks it up.
When he checked in, Leanne said, do you know what, because we have a couple cores in there.
Yeah,
and
they're over there.
Yeah, she goes, do you know what ball this core is? And he goes, yeah, that's the Sentinel core. It's in the Absolute. And she's like,
is it labeled on him?
Yeah.
Well, that's great. He's soaking in all the information he can at a young age, and he's probably going to be one of those kids, or that's very numbers driven, likes to know everything about it. Because there's a lot of bowlers. I would say, Kelly Kulik knows a lot of numbers.
Yes, she does.
When we had Matt McNeil on our tour, he knew a lot of numbers and stuff. So they just know it, and I don't know it.
I don't either.
So
I don't know.
I think numbers. If I should, just contact Henry and ask him which ball core I should throw.
Brady, the bowling science kid, made me a ball sheet for the Queens. The last time I bowled.
That's awesome.
I'm telling you, I use the kids.
They're smart kids. They probably know how to use Excel better than I. They probably know all the shortcut keys. And
he made it Blair's ball chart and filled it all
adorable.
out for me. I'm like, this is the best.
Oh,
yeah, it's fun.
I mean, you gotta use your resources.
Yeah.
I mean,
they're the best, and they know their stuff. That's the cool thing.
Yeah, they're not. They don't doubt it.
No.
They know
they're
what works.
Yeah. All right, so our striking pair, as we've dubbed it, except you did jinx Kira.
Oh, I know.
Although Kira and I have had this discussion. So Kira,
but she
used to have this puppy paw jersey, and we used to, when she was younger, we would say puppy power. That was it was her thing, puppy power, and she's grown out of the jersey.
Aww.
And has not redone a puppy jersey. And I told her yesterday, I'm like, just draw a paw print on your
hand.
I
remember you telling her that.
Anything. Come on.
I mean,
we need
so does she
power.
have dogs?
Yeah, she does.
Okay, so all my jerseys, I have a dog. My dog's on them. Yeah. So if I'm not wearing a puppy jersey, I have my 2 little guys. on my jersey. So maybe she just needs to like start putting them like on her jersey because they're always with her.
See, Kira, Bree always keeps her dogs.
My dogs are always on my jersey because they're
That's
basically my children.
It's true. Well,
Yeah.
listen,
They're children.
They involve as much work as puppies
Oof.
require.
Oof. We had
You
this
know.
session yesterday. We were like, I got a terrible 2 dog.
Oh my gosh, it's yeah.
With
I'm
all-
telling you, if you come to Utah, bring your dog. And
Yeah.
she'll. Is it
They'll-
a she?
it's a boy.
Okay, he
But
will
he's
fit
fixed and
in. Yeah, he'll fit in perfectly.
they can
fine.
just go and
with
tire each other out.
My boy dog and Leanne's girl dog, they're all chaotic, and
They're
it'll-
probably all about the same age too.
yeah, because Leanne's. So Riley just turned a year. Bosa's 7 months.
And
Oh.
mine is he turned a year in October.
Okay, so yeah, it's
They're
all
literally all the same age.
It would be a nightmare, but it would be
We
great.
would have to like almost lock them in a padded room
Yeah.
so they can just go play and they can't hurt anything.
Listen, I tell you that if I take Bosa over to the Hulsenbergs, it involves a lot of like treats and peanut butter
and,
and
screaming no.
and leashes and like holding collars. And anyone that has a puppy, it's like it is no, it is sit, it is stay, it is
Don't move.
like, and then one will take the toy that the other one wants, and it's
Yes.
it's a disaster.
Yeah.
It is. They are like children.
They are. And
Oh.
what like so I have 2 dogs and my other dog is so my puppy is his name is Crumble. And he's like I said, he's just over a year old. And he's not named after the cookie, if you guys are wondering. He is named after so I had a dog named Bucket and he passed away in 2021. And Bucket was named after the spare. Yes.
Bucket, yes.
And so
'Cause
I
you're a
got
bowler, it's
yep,
fine.
and because I'm a bowler, and then I got Crumble because you crumble the bucket, so they kind of go hand in hand.
So sweet.
But he's chaos, and then our little one Teddy, he's a Morkie,
Aw.
and so he's a little guy, and he rules the
good spare,
roost.
Kaden. Sorry.
That
Keep
was
going.
really good
I know,
spare.
right?
That's a hard spare.
It's really hard.
So they like to torture each other, and
Yes.
Crumble doesn't understand how much bigger he is than Teddy, and it's just like I feel like I have to put them in timeout and separate them, and
Yes.
it's exhausting.
Yes.
It's exhausting. I just want to be like, why can't you behave?
It's amazing. I mean, it's like I literally am exhausted most days.
Yeah, but you know,
It's
I
worth
love,
it.
It's 100% worth it. I love them to death. So, yeah, I just they're a lot of work, and I
Yeah.
wish I could take them with me everywhere though.
That's how I feel all the time.
Yeah, that's a great shot there by Ashton.
Super
She
shot
just
by
7-10 the frame before, so that was a little buzzkill there on her string of strikes, but that was really good to come back. So she's in the 230s for sure.
Yeah, and this is a big game.
Yes.
All of the girls on this pair, they're all kind of in that running. So
Yeah, they're
Ash-
all. I mean, they're all kind of paired together. Oh, here, Caitlin there, great shot, wrap 10.
Caitlin's mental game is really good.
Yes.
It's super solid.
Yeah.
You know she's worked on it. But
Yeah, and
it's-
and it's I really hope the seminar we had yesterday helped a lot of these players really think about the mental game, because it is so critical, and it really just dictates so much
Totally.
of what you're doing and how you're going to play.
yeah.
Because you can be physically the best bowler out there, but you got to keep the head on your shoulders. You got to keep it screwed on, and especially through the long hauls. So Ashton got the double there. So we're in the 240s.
Awesome.
Emily's having an amazing game.
She
so
is.
I
And
knock
she has
on
some
wood.
fans watching.
I
so-
did not move. I'm sorry. Yes, Terry, puppies rock. You're right.
They do rock.
So
And you know what? You didn't really jinx her.
no, I mean,
Yeah.
it wasn't a great shot, so she got 9. So
Yeah, that was good.
that was not on me. I was really please don't split. Because I always hate it. I get so nervous sometimes when people come over with cameras or talk about you, and you're just like, why?
Agreed.
So great game by Ashton, 245.
Really great game.
Really good game there for her. I mean, it definitely could have been a lot more had she not 7-10, but
You know what? It happens.
it's bowling.
It's brutal.
It is brutal. So let's see if she makes a spare. Good, Emily.
Emily's got some fans in the crowd and in the chat. She's got fans all over.
Like she's like,
Emily is the
"Woo-hoo."
real deal.
Yeah, she is. So this is a really good game for her. She's going to be in the 240s.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And we will have a short break after this game.
Yes.
And then we'll find who will finish off the feed. Not sure who's going to be talking. If you want to stay, you're more than welcome.
I don't care.
You've been talking a while. I don't know if you want to go. This pair, you have to go sign some autographs.
I do, yeah, but
leave.
I don't want. So I mean, you know, you don't sign autographs while they're bowling.
I know, but they're done now, so you have
Not. They have one more game.
Oh my god!
Jeez, Blair. Maybe I should stay because she's not running the show very well.
Whatever. This is throwing me off. Okay, the gray screen is 4.
Yes.
Okay, I got this now.
Yes.
Brutal.
Ooh, do you want me to write it down in case I leave?
Maybe. I might. And you know what's even worse? I've had enough coffee today. Well, maybe not enough.
I don't think I had enough. I almost was like, I was like, man, I really need to get another.
I know. I've been doing grandes, and grandes are just.
Oh no, I got a venti this morning.
Yeah.
That was, and I mobile ordered it.
That's the hack. Mobile order from your room.
Yes, I did. I did. I mobile ordered.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
And I said, Missy, I'm going downstairs. And by the time I got there, it was ready. I said, yes.
I love it. I love it so much.
You never know, especially like on the Saturday morning. It's like hit or miss because it wasn't super early, and it was.
But but
it's still morning.
There's the cutting or not cutting. Is it cutting next to it? The horse show.
Oh.
That's here.
Oh, I didn't even.
You never know because they drink coffee.
Yes.
And sometimes you will get in trouble because bowling will start at the same time.
And then everyone's trying to get coffee.
It's not good. When the arena and the plaza are both going, you got to be careful.
Yeah.
You got to mobile order.
Yeah.
It's always safe.
And I actually lucked out yesterday morning because I didn't mobile order, but the line wasn't, very long, so I lucked out. But this morning I was like, I think I actually mobile ordered honestly because I wanted extra sleep.
I don't blame you. I got a little extra sleep this morning too.
Like, I was like, if I mobile order, that saves me like 10-15 minutes.
It's true. I'm with you.
So that's kind of where I went with that. But
Caitlin has grinded this game out.
yes, she has.
So she had that 4-bagger in the middle.
And then let's see. She makes that. So she's gonna be in the 2 teens.
2 teens for sure.
And then Caitlin shot 231.
Yes.
Great game for her, especially after that rough start.
Yeah.
That's really just grinding through. Kira unfortunately had a rough go of it, and Jaden's not doing too well this game. But you know what? It's all right. We got another one here.
They have one more game.
Try to finish on a high. They got one more game. She's got it. She's under control now,
It
guys.
only took me an hour
all day
to figure out how many games did they bowl. They bowl 5.
I feel like we should have like a little sign in front of Blair, be like, "We're in game 1."
I mean, the screens even change colors.
I know. It's the breakdown. The breakdown definitely threw you
off. It did. It absolutely. Well, especially here, like this is abnormal.
Maybe Blair needs a milkshake with coffee. You know what?
That's a good idea.
Maybe.
Oh, sounds good.
Actually,
although it's so
cold,
good. So it's
know. But you like, I don't know about you, but I do crave ice cream when it's cold outside.
I do.
It's like a blanket.
Yeah, it's true. I do like ice cream.
Yeah.
I like ice cream.
You know what, Terry? Maybe Blair does need a milkshake with some coffee in it.
Something. All right, so we're gonna take a short break, and we'll be back. We'll see. Maybe Bree. Maybe someone else.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Stay tuned.
All right, welcome back. We are back, and I'm joined by Rich Foran. Did I say your last name right?
You said it perfect.
Yes, I got it. Rich, welcome to the SYC live stream booth.
Thank you.
All right, so tell the fans at home a little bit about what you do in youth bowling.
I'm a junior gold coordinator for state of Montana, and I run two leagues, youth leagues. I'm with a travel league in Montana. I work with the travel league there. I also work a little bit with a travel league out of Wyoming. And shout out to them because they're the WB, Wyoming Junior Bowlers Tour.
Yeah, there was a jersey that came through. I shouted out to them earlier. Keen and her team is
Keen
amazing.
has done an outstanding job up there.
So
Aiden.
Great.
And I know most of their group, and it's been a lot of fun having them because we've got them coming actually into Billings now.
Yeah, I heard
for
that.
one stop.
That's awesome.
And then we have our Big Sky Tour, which we run. We'll have nine stops this year. We've in about 7 months, but usually it's 1 month, one every month, but every different house every month.
That's awesome.
And our numbers are growing.
Yeah.
One of the things that I sit here and every time I come to an SYC, what I really love about watching these SYCs is every time I see this and I know how many kids there are that's on the waiting list to get here, I know darn good and well that our bowling future is definitely well handled.
Well, that is a great segue into the pairs that we are watching on our main live stream camera. We have some U12 and U15 boys. And we got Justin Cole, Toby Geronimo. Wow, I want a last name like that. Tyler Anderson, Andrew Prosperi, Jasper Sills, and Ezekiel Trejo, which Ezekiel took home the gold medal today in the U12 mixed division.
Oh, cool.
And then, of course, we need to shout out to our friend Trevor Mason, who is here. He traveled here from Texas. He's an SYC champion. He wanted to bowl more than anyone, and he got food poisoning.
Oh, no.
So his mom came down this morning and said, please, please, please don't withdraw him. We're going to try to bowl in the afternoon, or we're going to come back tomorrow morning. So he'll be back, but he's a great kid. And then we have Jake Saleh, Eason Taylor, John Abagania, who is the youngest of the Abagania clan, Caitlin and Joshua.
I was wondering how many of them are in the clan.
I know, right? John Verde and Juan Diaz Gonzalez. So those are our featured pair, and we get some young talented players here.
I sit there and watch them, and I mean, they're so unique. I mean, I was watching a couple of the U18 boys that I've watched when they started, and they were this big at one time.
I know,
and
right?
I'm sitting there going, my gosh, they've grown up.
We've been talking about that. It comes up every time that we do an SYC because someone comes up and tells me it's their last SYC, and I'm like, no. Like you were just a U12 bowler.
Yeah,
so they grow up fast.
They grow up too fast.
Way too fast. But then we get a new group of U12, like little John Abagania.
Yeah. Well, you sit there and you watch them, and I mean, they're just every single one of them is a great bowler in their own style. I mean,
totally.
You can't. They've got little things that they're working on, and you ask them what they're working on, they'll tell you exactly what they're working on.
Yeah.
And they're extremely fun to watch.
And it goes to, the credit really goes to the local tournament groups, like the ones that you run, and the coaching back home. These fundamentals of these kids are fantastic. Like you watch little Henry here. Look at
absolutely.
Henry, man. He's on 51. We were talking about him earlier because he has schooled all of us. Because if you ask Henry any storm bowling ball, what the core is inside, he could name it.
Oh, I believe that.
Yeah, and
I believe that.
And he's like a little superstar.
What is he, 11 now?
He is 10, 9 or 10.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he's young. So I tell you, it's fine.
Like I said, for me, it's like the bowling balls. I understand them. I know what they're supposed to do, but when I throw them, they never work the same.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I feel it.
But But yeah, you watch these kids. I mean, it's just amazing. I mean, there's a lot of two-handers coming out.
Yeah.
There's a lot of still traditional one-handed bowlers.
Yep.
And I mean, each one of them is so unique. Like I say, we're talking about Henry, and he's a little two-hander.
He is.
And a wonderful, throws a nice ball.
He does. Yeah.
And
pretty sure he's 9.
But I watch him, and I can actually count his steps, and I can remember, like I say, I can remember guys where there was one young man that when he started, nobody knew how many steps he took to the foul line because he
was going
too fast.
Right.
His feet were going 1,000,000 miles an hour.
Yeah. Well, and how good is little John Abagana here on 50? He's a little two-hander too, but his form and fundamentals are great. I mean, all these kids.
They're all good.
Jake, whatever. I'll just sit back and watch.
Well, like I said, you really can't. It's so hard even as a coach. It's really hard to sit there and say, hey, this is what you can tell them what you see, but then you might only see it 3 out of 7 shots.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, so is it bad or is it how where do you fix it?
Right. Ooh,
there he got it.
John got that nice shot right there. So we have Jake. He's 12 years old. His average is 200.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. He's from Everett, Washington. He bowls at Evergreen Lanes. His favorite pro bowler is Marshall Kent. I could see that. Washington.
Well,
right?
Yeah, that would put him in there.
What he loves most about bowling is it's never the same, and he has fun doing it. He's bowled a 289 in a 700 series. Ooh, I can't agree with this. He loves horror movies. I'm out. Sorry. I'm really sorry, Jake, but I'm not in with that. But I can get on board with this one. He plays with his dog, Gobi, and he dances to his mom's 80s music.
Oh, that's cool.
I love that.
I can deal with that.
So shout out to his parents, his brother, PJ, all of his family, Evergreen Lanes, Posse, and Dean and Sheila at the OBBA, which is really cool. So
cool.
Awesome, Jake. Good shout outs. Let's see if Eason filled out his bio. This is always the test. Did the kids fill out their bio?
Did they do their bios?
I don't see an Eason bio. Sorry, Eason. I like your game, though. All right. John. I bet John did. Nope. No Abagana. He comes from a great bowling family, though.
Yeah, he does.
All of those bowlers.
They've been bowling for a lot of years.
So John Verde is John Verde III.
Really?
I think this is a little outdated because this is from October 8th. So I'm not sure if he's 12 or 13. He's from Las Vegas, Nevada. Favorite pro bowler is E.J. Tackett. He loves bowling in tournaments and getting new equipment. And he's coached by Becky Herman, who is local here. She's a great coach. So
I recognize her name from somewhere, and I'm trying.
Yeah, she's very involved in bowling and the USBC and local stuff here. So she's always giving back. All right, let's see who else. Let's see if Juan filled out a bio. I don't think so. Who else do we have? Justin Cole. Justin Cole. He is 12 years old. He's bowling on lane 4748. He's from Sacramento, California. Favorite pro bowler is Pete Weber.
Ooh.
He loves watching all of his hard work pay off. And he's really good at baseball, and he loves working on his school PSAs with his media group.
So he's a media guy.
Yeah.
Bring him in here for this to help you out, man.
Come on, Justin. He says hi to his mom, 2 brothers, Grayson and Isaiah, and sister Haley. And he loves them all. Sweet. Justin, you're welcome in the live stream booth whenever you would like.
Totally agree with that. You need all the help you can get up here every day.
I know, right?
You do such a great job. I listen to this a lot, and it's like, so I hear you. I don't get to come as many as we used to.
Yeah.
But
it's great to see you, though.
Well, like I said, we used to be at almost every one of them when we first started this. Now it's gotten to where I can't afford to go to all of them, and I'm busy.
Right?
Somebody asked me the other day. They says, "How many days a week are you in the bowling alley?" And I says, "I think it's 8."
That's awesome. Do you have a cot set up in the back?
No, I usually sleep right on the lane. It's easier.
I love it. Yeah, it's perfect. Yeah.
You know, I can slide from the foul line all the way to at least 40 feet. So, you know.
That's awesome. You did get a shout out from Jay Crowley. Alex is bowling around here somewhere. He was bowling good.
Yeah, he's been doing really well. He's setting in pretty good shape right now.
Yeah, and he moved up to Montana. So does he bowl the Big Sky events?
He bowls our Big Sky Tour.
Good.
He bowls in state tournaments.
Nice.
As long as they're at home and there's a tournament around, he's in it.
Yeah.
He's got an advantage up there. I'm going to give this a shout out to Rhino Page. Rhino's up there. He's got the center in Grizzly Lanes. In Big Fork, or not Big Fork. Yeah, it is big. No, it's not Big Fork.
Somewhere.
I can't. Sorry, Rhino. I just.
It's all right. I know Grizzly Lanes because Alex's mom just did all
the graphics for him.
Units.
Yes,
they look
she
great.
did. Yeah, that's a shout out to her for all the work she's done.
It's awesome.
She helps us with our website for our Big Sky Tour.
Good. Cool. Hillary's awesome.
Yeah, she's been.
It is Big Fork. You were
right. Okay. Thanks, Jay.
He's there for you. Jay's watching the U12 because he's remembering when Alex was in this age group.
Well, the worst of it is Alex could actually still be part of this age group when you look at him, as big as he is.
Yeah, I know, right?
Alex is a great bowler, though. He's a wonderful young man.
Yeah, great ambassador.
Yeah, he helps. You know, he's always there. I don't get to coach him as much as I want to, but it's like I say, I still try to help in his mental game every once in a while.
Oh, sure, yeah.
It's to give him the kudos and the things that he needs to, when he's starting to have a bad game or something, just to get in his head or get him out of the head.
Yeah, sometimes you need that. You need someone to help you with that.
That's what I always love about these younger bowlers here. Most of them, they don't get in their head yet. They're still trying to learn everything.
I love the U12. I was telling Bree, I was telling Missy, because Missy's son is 5, and I go, oh, is he going to bowl some tournaments? And I go, I think the U12 bowlers have the most fun. And I'm not saying that, like, the other divisions don't have fun. These guys just, like, they're having fun, and they're making friends, especially the last block. Like, they're all, like, it's a blast. Well, I want to bowl on the U12 pair.
Oh, God. I sat there and I've been working the junior gold for 9 years now.
Yeah.
And it's amazing the family members that you become.
Oh, totally.
Like you're just another part of our family.
Yes. Well, that's what we love about the SYC. It's like a big family.
It's a big family, and we all, unfortunately there's so many of us, but yet we have such a big family. We have this big area. We talk to everybody. We can see people that we haven't seen in years.
I just threw my cap off my water bottle if anyone was watching me. They weren't, but that's what happened.
But anyway, no, these kids, I mean, every time I watch a bowl, it's just, there's more and more that I see. I want to be there for them.
Yeah. That was a great shot by Toby.
Yes, it was.
Toby got that sleeper. Like, it was, he's a pro. That's a hard spare.
Sleepers are.
I don't like the sleeper. 3-6-10's pretty tricky too, but Eason is covering it up. No problem.
He turned with it. He knew he had that one before he ever got there.
He's got an EYT jersey on. Eason must bowl some of that Elite Youth Tour.
Cool.
With Deandra Espady in Chicago. Okay. Shout out to Deandra. Uh-oh. Jake. It's all right, Jake. Jake still has a good game going here.
Yeah, he does.
So we are wrapping up. This is the 5th game of round 2. And tomorrow, all of the bowlers will come back and bowl 5 more games on the long pattern. That is our game plan.
Yeah, I'm always having a great time when I run that junior gold league out of Montana. And this last 3 weeks, you guys put the shots down.
Yeah.
Or you put them out. So I threw them out on the lanes. I said, guys, figure them out. I'm not telling you what they are.
Well, we love it. We love that the bowlers, we don't hide our patterns. So we let them figure out what they want to do before they come. And but the first time that they are really bowled on for tournament competition is at the SYC.
Right.
So it's pretty exciting.
Well, like we talked, we've talked numerous times about it, in our league, and we talk to the kids. I talk to the kids a lot about it. It's like, guys, I'll help you with every pattern that we have out there.
Right.
I'm not always going to tell you what the pattern is up front, because when I go to a tournament or you go to the tournament, you're not going to know what the pattern is. You need to be able to read it right away.
Totally.
And so I try to force them to understand the length, at least the length of the pattern and kind of where they're playing.
Right. It's good. It's good to learn both ways.
It is. And like I said, when we get this one, it's nice because I don't ever tell the kids until after about the second game. We usually do 4 games a night.
Yeah.
Juan pulled his ball just a tad bit. One thing you can definitely see on these U12s is you see this is be their 10th game today.
Yeah.
And you can see it in their arms.
Yeah.
They're starting to get a little weary.
Yeah, they're a little tired. But you know what? They bowl a lot, these kids.
Oh, they do.
They're not like us.
No.
If I'm shooting up, it's like, 10th game? Oh, my goodness.
Well, that's like with me. I decided to finally lower my weight on my ball because of that.
Nothing wrong with it.
I got a year older, unfortunately.
Yeah. All right, so Mr. John covers that spare. Another tricky spare. I don't want to shoot any of these spares, but they've got it. No problem.
Their spare games are great.
Yeah. Jake here. Throwing the gem. Gets a little in, but I thought he was going to get away with a Brooklyn.
That's what I was thinking.
But you know what? He leaves a 7 spare. That one's makeable.
If you when you look at the scores up there on the screens and stuff, one of the things I do notice very seldom, especially at this level here, you're not seeing a lot of opens unless they are splits.
Yes.
Even in the U12, I mean, I wished I could make as many spares as these guys are making.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, he just slipped and fell.
He slipped. Yeah, it's all right, Jake. It's been slippery over here. I don't know what's going on. Someone else fell on 52.
Somebody said that there was quite a little bit of dust up underneath the ball returns.
Oh, so maybe they're catching it.
That might be getting out onto the lane just a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh man, nice ball.
Very nice ball. And he's laughing. He's like, look at that.
Slid that 4-pin over almost to the 10-pin.
I think Juan is related to our friend Pedro Diaz-Gonzalez, who is an SYC champion.
Oh, cool.
So I think it's a little brother.
Little brother?
Yeah.
Cool.
He's chasing his brother Pedro. Pretty good bowler, too.
Yeah, he is.
Solid game. I like he's solid at the foul line.
He's very much so.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Mr. Ezekiel is on a run here, and I probably jinxed him, but he has 4 in a row. He's stepping up on lane 47. Well, after Andrew throws his shot. He's on a turkey. Nice shot. Ooh.
Oh, he's got some great movement to his ball.
Free arm swing, too. That was great.
I think he slowed his approach down just a tad, but.
Ezekiel.
Oh, wow. He got it.
5 in a row for Ezekiel. I love it.
That was a beautiful throw.
Really pretty. Hold on. Jake tried to go Brooklyn again. Jake is ready for Steak and Jake. Jake, get yourself a milkshake after this block.
If you weren't so cold, you'd be going after one.
Oh, my goodness. I'll tell you what. South Point is great for bowlers, but if you're watching, bring a jacket.
Bring a jacket.
I'll tell you what. I don't know if when Jake watches this back. So I said I didn't like horror movies, but now I don't know if Jake is old enough or if his parents have allowed him. But if he likes the 80s music, have you watched Stranger Things?
No.
So it's on Netflix, and I recently binged it. And it is the only allowance that I have for horror movies, or it's like a horror TV show, but it's like these kids that it's based in the 80s, and all this paranormal activity is happening, and there's like all these aliens and monsters, and it's like the upside down. It's all crazy. So I'm gonna ask Jake if he's watched Stranger Things. That's what I'm gonna do.
Probably.
He probably has, as long as his parents allow it, because there's not. I mean, I think it's PG-13. I don't know what it's rated. It's not like super. It's not super crazy.
I had a laugh because I think the one I always love is the commercial on TV, and I think you've seen it where let's go get into the running car, so take off. Oh, no, we can't do that. So they run to another place, and pretty soon it's like, well, let's go in the shed with all these nice, sharp tools.
Yeah, right? Exactly.
You know?
Oh, yeah. The horror movies are funny.
They are. I mean, I haven't watched a horror movie since probably in 40 years.
I don't enjoy them. I don't like the super scary stuff. Like the ones that really are trying to mess with you, I'm out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm done. Can't deal with it. But some people love it.
Oh, yeah. The adrenaline rush is that. Oh, wow.
Ezekiel.
Just another one, too.
Great shot on 48.
Wow.
And ran it out. I love it.
He is throwing a gorgeous ball.
He is.
That ball is just working for him right now.
Easton thought he threw it in the gutter on his fill, but it did not. Because there is a little bit of friction on that gutter.
On that gutter over there, yeah.
But he just shot a 218, which is a solid game. Great job, Easton. And we are almost our 47 and 48 pair is going to finish up here. What's for dinner tonight, Rich?
I'm not sure yet.
No?
No, my wife is in the movies.
Oh, what's she seeing?
I think she's watching Avatar.
Oh, I want to see that.
I'll let you know what she says.
Yeah. I saw the first one. I like it.
Yeah, I love the first one, and it's like I want to see this one, but I don't do movie theaters very often.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm in the bowling alley too much.
Yeah, agreed.
You know, I wish I could do about 15,000 things, but I just run out of time.
Yep. Jeremy Combs popped in for the last frame. Hey, Jeremy, what's up? How's Jaden doing? It's probably high school bowling season. Jaden bowls our SYCs. He's from Ohio.
Okay.
He's pretty cool. Let's see. So Ezekiel is our leader on this little grouping right here for sure. But let's see what he does. He's going to finish. He's going to be our last one probably to throw a shot. You know, we didn't talk about Tyler Anderson. And Tyler was a medalist. Let's see if he filled out a bio. He's a great player. 12 years old. He's from Odenton, Maryland. He bowls at Greenway, Fort Meade, Crofton Bowling Centers. Favorite pro bowlers are Jason Belmonte, Chris Vai, and Norm Duke. He won the 2019 Maryland Pepsi State Tournament, and he's won 5 SYC medals.
Wow.
And he loves animals, traveling, sports cars, video games. His favorite school subjects are math, social studies, and Spanish. And he wants to say hi to his family, Coach Will Clark, Coach Mike Sinek, Coach Scott Gilda, his teammates, Miles Gordon, Eason Taylor, Alex Haniak, and Madden Aspady, otherwise known as EYT Phenoms 2.0. And they're heading to the USA Bowling Nationals in July.
Oh, cool.
Which is super cool.
That's great.
Jeremy Combs got to hang out with Jay and Mr. Street last night. I'm jealous. Those are my peeps. Ooh,
there goes one.
Let's go. Jasper slaps it out. 171 for Jasper. That's a great game. All right, here we go. Ezekiel is stepping up. Tyler is throwing a good game too. Yeah, he has a great game.
He's got a leadoff strike in the 10th.
His coach, Will Clark, is pretty solid.
There's a solid shot.
Really solid. Having a little discussion. Ezekiel is having a little chat. I don't know what they're chatting about. Don't you want to know sometimes what
what goes through their heads?
Oh, my gosh. But they never talk to you like they talk to each other.
Mm.
All right, let's see it. Oh, that's a solid shot.
Oh, went high.
Oh.
Went high.
Bummer. Hang in there, Ezekiel. It's still a good game. And Tyler.
Tyler's shot. Right. Oh, solid 10.
Shot.
Nice, great shot.
And he'll finish with 211.
Beautiful game for that one.
Really great game. And
Oh.
I thought he got that.
Boy, that's close.
All right.
That's with just an inch or so.
Well, that wraps up our second round at the SYC in Las Vegas. We will be back tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. That's when the long pattern
That's when the
starts.
long pattern starts.
Yeah. So we'll do awards at 9:30, long pattern at 10 a.m. And until then, we hope you all have a great night, and we will see you tomorrow.
Thank you, Blair.
Thanks for having me.